No, I cracked my back.
Okay.
It sounded like morning cracking your back. Let me stop.
No. There's no gas to pass through my ass. So you're good to go there. Oh, we're live.
Okay.
Shit.
Okay. You didn't give me a chance to say. You had me laughing too hard. Okay, guys, we are live. This is the Irish Podcast, episode 55. I am the Titanfall Princess. This is the Irish Podcast, like I said. Okay, we're going to have the panel introduce themselves before we get into the topics. We're waiting for Rambo, but hopefully he'll jump in. He may have some family thing he's doing. We're not sure. So hopefully he'll join us shortly. But go ahead, Fatal.
Of course, you have to start with me, right? What's up, everybody? I'm your boy, Fatal, the milk bag, jubbly bubblies, titty fuckies, Mephisto. Glad to be here on another excellent episode. Let's do this shit.
Frozen, go ahead.
Howdy.
Oh, something different. Something different. Okay.
That's got to be your main trait there, fucking Frozen.
You know, you got to know them to love them. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
It is what it is. It is what it is. You know, Frozen's just Frozen.
And you got a problem, come up to me, man. Really.
Exactly. You tell him, Frozen.
Nobody.
Craig, go ahead.
What is happening? It is the Messiah of Xbox with more user engagement numbers than your baby's mama. That's happening. Let's get it going.
You guys are crazy tonight. You guys. Okay. All right. All right. So the first one is tonight's theme will be we don't want games, we want features. Okay. Or at least that's what Dealer Gaming said on his podcast. Now, of course, I don't watch the show. I really don't, guys. But I did watch the clip that was posted on Twitter. And this has become the theme of the Xbox fanboys. These past few years is that they're willing to make an excuse in order to save face, in order to damage control, in order to duck those facts people like me are talking about. Okay? It is what it is. And that excuse, to me, is fucking ridiculous. Okay? In all my time of gaming, this is actually the first time I've heard something this motherfucking crazy. Okay? Seriously. And the narrative keeps on changing. The damage control keeps on getting more ridiculous by the week. I'm going to ask the panel, okay? Because it really just annoys the fuck out of me. What are your thoughts on what Dealer Gaming said? And better yet, what are your thoughts overall about the damage controlling in the Xbox community? Because every time I think I've heard it all, something like this happens.
Let me go last, please, because that's going to be my rant.
I don't know what was said because I don't follow these people, so I don't know what was said. So,
well, I saw it on Twitter. You know, basically, you know, they want features, not games.
He specifically said that games do not define a console.
Is that his opinion, or is that just what he wanted? He was just saying that for real. Was he serious?
Yeah.
Well, hold on. Before you, I know you want to go fifth dimension. Let me just say real quick. I'm with Fatal here. Well, not with Fatal. I'm with Frozen. I'm sorry, there's two F's here. I did not hear what he said, but this may be the same. I mean, people got to really understand that it's just one person's opinion. I have decided. I did a podcast. I did a therapeutic podcast last night about speaking the spoken word. The people within the PlayStation community, if you would call them ponies or PlayStation guys and gals, they've got to really understand that Microsoft has totally been destroyed this generation, and it's almost like Princess, you're right. They're going the damage control or whatever the excuses, whatever you want to say. It's going to keep getting worse and worse but everybody's got to understand that. People should be able to anticipate that. And it's like I'm sure there's going to be some idiot that says negative things about God of War because Sony has sold this many, or Sony has this many consoles in the wild, but they've only sold this many games. That will be there. So, but people got to start anticipating things are going to be said like this. So it wouldn't. Now again, I didn't hear what he said, but nothing should surprise anybody anymore. I think
it actually doesn't, Greg. It actually doesn't, and that's what bothers me, that they continue this. Now, listen, I own an Xbox, okay, but I'm not. They don't pay me, and I'm not damage controlling for it. If Sony fucks up, I'm gonna tell Sony they fucked up. It don't matter, okay. The same thing with Xbox. You mess up, I'm gonna tell you mess up, okay. Now, if I had a Switch, if they messed up, I would tell them they messed up, okay. So it is what it is, okay. I'd say what the truth is, because I'm not going to damage, but at the end of the day, I'm a consumer and I want what I pay for and what you promised.
Can I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
Oh.
No, I was just saying, you really think that they believe this? You think they're just saying this so that everybody can just talk about them? They might just be doing this just so like, everybody, including like other people, so it'll be in the top topic, because there's nothing really to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Frozen makes a good point, because I've said before, nobody is this stupid. I literally think there's people, because I've heard people say it. I mean, I did hear Crap Gamer Reviews talk the next gen, and he specifically said we would have strategy sessions on how we're going to damage control stuff.
Yeah, you think they just like come up with things to say, like to say, let's just say this tonight and see what happens and see who talks about us.
Yeah,
Frozen, you got a good point. You're probably right. But I also think that there are a lot of dumbasses.
No, I agree with that.
No, they probably are stupid, but they're just doing this to get attention.
True.
Yeah, and understand these guys built their podcast off the whole console war. If they were to come out and say, "Look, it's over with, it's done," or better yet, the Sony people just stop participating in it. Just say, you know what? 80 million consoles, give or take, are sold. This is over with. Market share has been returned back. They've eaten into the Microsoft market share. Hell, I sold my Xbox X to a troll under a bridge for a handful of magic beans and a bottle of Ripple. This shit is over with. It is over with. So, but I think people need to say that out loud to themselves, and then they'll be able to just put everything down and walk away. I mean, again, nothing should surprise. Tomorrow on Twitter, somebody's going to say something negative about the God of War numbers. I guarantee, I guarantee they're going to say something negative about the God of War numbers. They'll say, well, they only sold to this amount. People got to start anticipating that and just ignoring it. Once they realize that they're not getting any traction, they'll stop. They'll just go away. It's like if you have a child and they say, well, you don't want to, the child's crying, there's no tears coming out. Well, they're just screaming. Leave them alone. And that's what they are. They're a bunch of crying babies. No tears are coming out. Leave them alone. That's what I've done.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, you know what? Since, like you said, Craig, Fatal wants to go to the fifth dimension. Yes. Let him go.
I'm going to the outer limits.
Go ahead.
So check us out. Now, one thing I do agree with both of you guys there, all three of you, is the fact that, yeah, it was his fucking opinion, but the problem is that he's putting his opinion out there to the public, to everyone to see. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if he's trolling. I don't give a fuck if he's just saying that shit to get a rise out of people. When you say that sort of dumb fucking shit, that makes you an unintelligent motherfucker. I don't give a fuck how you put it, how the fuck you spin it. So when I sat there and I saw his fucking post, not the video, but the actual I seen both, by the way, the video and the post. But when he legitimately sat there and said out of his own fucking mouth on Twitter, right, that, oh, games does not define a fucking video game console. I nearly out fucking done myself, dude. I literally fucking felt my heart stop for a fraction of a second, because that is the most idiotic fucking shit I've ever motherfucking seen in my life. So you mean to tell me that all of a sudden now, out of ignoring past generation consoles, right? What in the nebulous fuck defined those consoles during that time period? Turbo buttons, memory cards. There was no features back then for nothing. You pop the fucking game in, press the power button on, boom, your game fucking starts up. So what in the fuck defines those fucking consoles back then?
Hey, someone would say that's a you problem.
No, here's the thing, right? You cannot, I repeat, you cannot be this fucking retarded to say some bullshit like that. Again, like, I don't give a fuck if it's trolling. I don't give a fuck if he's just sitting there to get a rise out of himself, because I know what kind of person this guy is. And this guy is a fucking dumb Bella Nooch bitch. He's a fucking retard. I've seen people retweet his shit. I see it on my fucking feed, and it makes me feel fucking retarded that I'm involved in the gaming community with someone who is that fucking retarded.
It's like somebody saying they're going to go to a movie and then they just watch the previews and they walk out. Well, this went through, you know. I mean,
and I'll tell you why it pisses me off. I'll tell you why this pisses me off, right? Because even back then, and I'm going to keep referring to back then, because games itself is never going to be fucking one of those things where it's just like, oh, well, now we can forget about buying these consoles for games. We're going to buy these consoles for fucking features. What fucking features? Backwards compatibility? No. Think about it like this. Let's break this down for a moment, right? What fucking features does Sony have, or no, that Microsoft has, that's better than Xbox or better than Sony? Break it down. Outside from backwards compatibility, even though backwards compatibility is technically on PlayStation, regardless, I don't give a fuck what anybody fucking tells me. What is Microsoft doing feature-wise that's better? They just recently got the ability to upload fucking pictures and videos to fucking Twitter. Sony's had that for years.
Yeah.
Where's Microsoft Shares Play? Where's Microsoft Shares Play? Where's Share Play on fucking Microsoft? Oh, what? Mixer being able to give the controller to someone else through a fucking streaming website? Fuck out of here, please. Fuck out of here very much. What features?
On Xbox.
What fucking features?
On the Xbox.
I just want to say, what's up, Rambo?
What's up, Rambo? But you can change your name on the Xbox. You can't do that on the PlayStation.
Dude, no.
Okay, you can get a bunch of refunds, like you can keep refunding stuff. Maybe that
was their last generation. That's irrelevant. What new features does the Xbox fucking One have that is so much more impressive that you have to run out and fucking buy this console? Tell me.
See if
I know what it is. All right. No. I know what it is. Just take 10 seconds. You're dealing with a group of people who believe the best way to consume media, being the software, is to come home, put on a headset, call up their friends, and go online and get one-man army and shoot the Arbiter. That's it. That's their feature. I agree. Hulu, Netflix, YouTube, whatever, Vudu, that's all available, at least on my smart TV. Now, maybe I'm the only one that has that feature.
Craig, that's like on every TV now, Craig. Well,
I know. I'm just being facetious. Yeah, you're right. But that's also on the Xbox. So the people are acting like, I mean, first things first, if he did say, we don't buy game consoles for the games, or I'm paraphrasing, that is stupid. I mean, that's all I can say, but I have not heard exactly how he said it. So, and I agree with Frozen. I think there's a group of people who just say dumb shit to drive traffic to their channels. Now you're gonna have a bunch of people drive into his channel or their channel. It's the dumbest thing I've heard in my life. I mean, if that's true, that's like I said, I don't get it. I'm speechless.
What is the definition of a video game?
Here's what he said. The guy, he read off a comment out of a super chat, and the super chat comment to this. I'm gonna read it back to you as he's reading it. Games should not define the console you have. UI, power, security, and unique qualities, etc., should be what defines the console, and he agrees with that.
Oh,
so yeah. But then all of a sudden he comes in later and after somebody posted this and said, "Is this the average Sony moron? When did I say it mattered more than games? I'm saying the ecosystem matters. It's the same reason people stayed on the Xbox One even after the PS4 had more power." Like, no, like, dude, you seriously said games shouldn't define the console.
And then he says in the tweet after that, games do not define any of these consoles. For one, games are opinion and preference.
See, that's why I keep saying. That's why I keep saying these people keep flip flopping on damage control, and they say one thing and say, "Oh, I didn't say that." You fucking did.
Here's something even better. Livewire's gamer said This is the biggest Xbox exclusive, and why a lot of people are getting the Xbox One to go with their new 4K TVs. Don't be left behind using standard Blu-ray with your 4K TV. This is the best place to play, and he quoted the Black Panther coming to 4K DVD.
Wow.
Like, that's why you buy your Xbox, so that way you can play a 4K Black Panther movie?
Well, I'll be buying that movie, but Guardians of the Galaxy is in 4K. I got that.
But I mean, that's why you buy your Xbox One?
Well, I bought mine to be a Blu-ray player, to be honest. Like, I'm sorry, guys. I bought mine to be a Blu-ray player. It was cheap, and, I needed the Blu-ray
I bought
player.
mine to play video games on it, dude. That's the only reason why I bought it.
I'm playing games on it, too, but that's not the only use.
Well, I know you do, because you and I play PUBG together.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that's the main reason, but that's the reason why I bought it,
Well, yeah.
Well, see, I gotta get Frozen one thing. At least
You're
honest.
He's trying to call a Blu-ray an exclusive. It makes no sense.
Rambo. This is what I talked about the other day.
Blu-rays are an Xbox exclusive. Thank you.
Oh my God.
So you and I, we briefly kind of talked about this a while back there, Rambo. You and I, man, like this is the shit that I was talking about, man. When you see people, right, no matter if they sit up in a video or in a podcast video or on Twitter or any social media, and they come out and they say this shit, how they get a rise out of their family. And look, we all kind of are guilty of doing that. I do it myself. Right. I like pissing off fucking fanboys, but I put a limit on that shit, a limit on that stuff. But I wouldn't never ever go as far as to sit there and say some ridiculous dumb shit like saying like, "Oh, games does not define a console," because that makes no fucking sense. Because like I said, back in the day when you owned like a fucking PS1 and a SNES or a Gens or Atari, whatever the case would be, that's all that was on that motherfucker.
The whole reason you went with a certain button.
Exactly, Rambo. Exactly. That's the reason why that's the number one reason as to what attracts us to these consoles in the first place, which is why we have these E3s and these fucking things we look forward to every year to see what we're going to be playing next year or the year after. That's why Sony does this. That's why Sony does their shit so fucking well.
On Dealer's podcast.
Oh yeah.
No, it was posted. I don't care what he said in the video. He was just kind of like, dude, that fucking. I want to punch that kid so fucking hard in the face.
He's a fucking idiot, man. That dude is. I quoted his tweet, and I said it like or that video, and I said if slavery was a choice, because apparently now like we can start using that meme from everything. So and like it fits perfectly with dealer gaming and everybody else in this Xbox. Like fanboy thing that like slave, like to me they are just nothing but mind slaves. Like Microsoft has conditioned them to just defend everything. I really don't understand it. Like they freak me out.
I love how fast.
My thing is though, if you have a mind of your own, nobody should be able to condition you to do anything. You should just have your own fucking mind.
A lot of these people don't think have minds of their own.
I don't think they do either.
They're so upset and hurt that there's nothing there's no games on their system that hit high scores in Metacritic or with any of these reviewers. They're mad because they don't have games like God of War. They're confused on what type of gamer they are. Either they're multiplayer only, or they're single player, or they're a combination of both. Either they want Japanese games or don't want a Japanese game. They're confused on what they want, why they want it.
They're definitely confused because, like, when God of War was like coming out, and it was like nobody wants one and done games, and then Tomb Raider gets announced as on the Xbox channel first, and so that means like marketing rights, and all of a sudden they're like hyping up Tomb Raider like it's an exclusive, and I'm like, but that's a one and done game.
Yeah. Those guys are retarded.
Yeah,
here we go.
Say shit just so they can keep up the fucking console war fight. The shit is already over.
Yeah, the console war was over fucking like 2 or 3 years ago.
Let me give you guys the prime example of a definition of flip-flopping, all right? Check this out. So remember last generation when Xbox had the superior multiplats and fucking they had tons of fucking exclusive right deals and fucking exclusive games that never went over to PlayStation 3 and whatever you want to call it. These same motherfuckers were sitting there fucking hugging that bitch like it was their fucking loved wife, right? They were sitting there praising that shit, saying, haha, we got this, you guys don't got jack shit, all that crazy shit. Now all of a sudden with the narrative fucking switches where Sony's getting all this stuff, right? From exclusives to deals, exclusive fucking third-party content, whatever the case may be. Now what are these fucking fucktards doing now? They're trying to find ways to manipulate themselves into believing that their console is so almighty and powerful, whenever the case may be, yet they got jack fucking diddly shit to show for it.
That and the as soon as Xbox lost the Call of Duty thing, timed exclusive content became
irrelevant.
No, it became anti-consumer. Like whenever Call of Duty Ghost came out on Xbox One and they had the timed exclusive DLC, no words, nothing. Everybody bought it. Everybody was like, nobody cared. And all of a sudden, PlayStation got it with Black Ops 3, and all of a sudden they were like, oh, it's anti-consumer. That's anti-consumer. What?
Yeah, it's funny. I'm glad that you said that because remember last generation when Xbox had the deals to fucking GTA 4 when that DLC never came to fucking PlayStation 3 with outside from that solo disc you can buy.
It finally came.
Finally came over, but you had to drop like $50 on a goddamn fucking on an actual physical copy of that in order to be able to play the DLC, but it wasn't actually DLC like you can buy separately for the PS3. Right. I remember that even the Sony fans didn't give a fuck. They didn't care. They never said a goddamn word about anti-consumer or none of that shit like that. Meanwhile,
it was simply the way it was. It just the way it worked.
Exactly. And yet Microsoft fans didn't say a fucking word because they were reveling in that shit. They loved every fucking minute of that, dude. Then all of a sudden now when the narrative has changed and it's Sony's doing this thing and it's all done in Sony's favor, when Microsoft's got jack diddly fuck to show for it, now they're bringing all these excuses. Oh, it's anti-consumer this. Oh, those games, we don't want one and done games. Yet they had plenty of those last gen. They had plenty of those last gen.
They bought the Xbox X. I'm telling you guys what this is they bought it thinking that they were entitled to everything. They thought, well, the developers are going to fall over themselves because this thing has 6 teraflops and they want to see their games running.
That's a long time ago. Nothing was ever going to really change with that because it's third-party developers.
I don't disagree with that.
I forgot to welcome Cortavius to the podcast. I'm sorry, Cortavius.
They are slave to third-party developers, and that's the problem. The third-party developer sees 80 million consoles on one end, and you I'm still waiting on my my Freedom of Information Act thing on Microsoft. I'm still saying 36 million until I get my confirmation. So they're not stupid. Okay, they see where their money is, and they're not going to piss them off. So it's too late.
The machine itself is good, but it's like too late into the game to only focus on
the power. Yeah, the power. Yeah. They should have gone with the power earlier on.
Yeah,
because at 4 years into the cycle, nobody was even talking about power anymore.
Yeah.
All of a sudden,
they want to max out the fucking the game.
Yeah, and if you look at I understand there are some differences between some of these games, but if you look at the majority of them, there's really not that big of a difference to warrant an extra $100 or to switch your console up now.
Exactly.
The devs don't want to spend that extra time.
They don't.
Making it decent. So they boost it up a little bit.
Yeah, now these third-party devs actually
not all of them, but some.
Yeah, these third-party devs actually took their time on the Xbox One X and the PS4. Yeah. You would see a reason to own it, but they're not going to because they're first of all, you're talking about like 20% of the PlayStation 4 owners are Pro owners, and I would say around maybe 20% of Xbox One owners are X owners. That's even a smaller subset of the smaller subset. And so they're not going to spend extra time and money on that small little extra bit. Like they're just not going to mess with it. It's not that important to them.
By the way, guys, I just want to welcome Demigod to the podcast.
What up, Demigod?
What's up, my brother?
I hadn't been on the podcast with Demigod since the Blueprint.
Let me tell you something. He made it. He makes it when he can.
Yo, hey, Titan.
Yes.
Allow me to read something that Microsoft put out today on their Xbox Wire website because this is fucking hilarious. Check this out. Now, I was reading this on Lincoln Show before I popped into here, but I'm going to read it again. It's fucking funny as hell. It basically says, okay, by the way, the article, is titled A Record-Setting Road to E3, right? And this is posted by the CMO of gaming at Microsoft, right? Check this out.
Yeah.
You're gonna notice a couple of key little words here. Today we're witnessing a record-setting numbers of players playing at record levels and engaging in new ways. Xbox Live players are up 13%, and Xbox One sales are up by 15% over the same period last year. But that's not all. We've seen more than 600,000 friendships forged with the Looking for Group feature, and there are now more than 1.2 million clubs on Xbox Live. It gets better. Listen to this. We're seeing. Hold on, Craig. Hold on. And then goes on here. It says that we're seeing tremendous engagement. There's that tremendous engagement word again of mega hits like Fortnite and Far Cry 5, both of which play best at 4K Ultra HD on Xbox One X, joining the more than 200 games that now feature Xbox One X enhancements. But we're also seeing fantastic engagement with Xbox One consoles exclusives like Sea of Thieves, the fastest selling Microsoft Studios new IP for this console generation, and Players Unknown Broken Battlegrounds. With the new desert theme map is now available to play on a dedicated test server ahead of its launch in Xbox Game Preview later in May. We're also reached a couple of milestones recently where players have enjoyed over 4 billion hours on games released through the ID at Xbox program and nearly 1 billion hours on games in our Xbox One backwards compatibility library. And then it goes on and talks about Game Pass, and then it talks about Mixer and shit afterwards, man. Engagement, people. That's the big highlight word that I was talking about.
You know what engagement they have? You know what they have engagement they have? In the chat. They chat. They just talk and do bullshit while they're watching Hulu and Netflix and doing all that crazy shit. They ain't playing no motherfucking games. Come on. We know that.
Wait a minute, Princess, if I start a club on the Xbox, will you join my club? I'll bring ginger snaps if you bring marshmallows.
Well, you know what? Craig, I know you're making a joke, but I'll only join your club if you're going to play a fucking game with me. If you ain't playing the game, I ain't bringing no goddamn marshmallows.
Bro, I just want to go ahead and talk on my headset.
Oh, boy.
Well, then no marshmallows for your ass. You know what?
Oh, okay.
You eat your ginger snaps dry. You don't even get no milk with that shit. So there you go.
But that's what I'm saying, man. But like, they really like to hammer that word engagement fucking to like entice people into thinking like, oh, this is the best play to play video games, when in actuality, that's a blatant fucking lie.
No, the engagement number is for the shareholders. I'm telling you guys.
I understand that, Craig. Hold on, Craig. I understand that because you mentioned that before, and I agree with you on that. But at the same time, why the fuck do you have to keep pushing that in people's faces? They're just generally going to be typical readers that are going to come across this article and read that shit.
So they can make sure the shareholders continue to give them money so they can make these games that they've been promising since the beginning of Xbox One.
We still haven't seen.
Wait. You mean the shareholders are going to give money to the games they promised that they're going to cancel a week before launch?
Exactly.
No. What I'm saying is, before Satya didn't see as Xbox as being part of the round table, right?
Well.
So now that Phil done fucking swindled his way up there to the round table and showing them these numbers and continuously putting that into their faces, they will continue to try to support that. He can get more money to get more games. What I'm saying.
No, I know. No, I was actually making a joke because basically what happens, they rope in these shareholders, okay, and feed them the numbers like you said, okay, to get more money. But where are all the games? You're talking about backwards compat. You're talking about this, that, and the other. You're talking about bullshit.
He didn't have the money.
So
now that as long as he keeps pushing these numbers to those shareholders, they will continue.
Well, then if he's going to push those numbers to the shareholders and then release those numbers publicly, then stop going around those numbers and say engagement, tremendous amount of engagement. Show us the fucking numbers.
I am not Phil Spencer. Please don't attack me.
We're not.
No.
No, Octavius, we're not attacking you. We're actually making.
Don't worry,
We're
I would never
actually.
do that
We're
to you,
actually
man.
making. We're actually making light of what you say, basically.
Yeah, I know.
We're not. We can't attack you.
I saw the strangest thing, like when God of War was coming out or whatever, people were talking about how much money Microsoft made, and I'm like, but what do you have to show for it, man? Like,
Exactly.
You have an empty wallet because you
Excellent point.
$1,500 on consoles, but yet what game do you have to show for all that money they're making? Like, oh yeah, okay.
But that game is already out though.
What's sad is that I even went to the Microsoft store today and I saw this badass fucking 4K monitor that basically would do a 1080p screen on both sides, and they had Sea of Thieves playing, and the guy was like, "You want to play Sea of Thieves?" But like, I'd rather just play Minecraft. Like there's actually more content in the Minecraft than there is in Sea of Thieves.
I would have told him. I said, no, Black and Kang. I want to hang myself. I'm good.
Yeah, he started laughing. He started laughing. I was like, yeah. I said that's a $60 fucking like what's it called, a game preview title. I was like, there's no reason for that game to even be out. And they were looking at me like the Microsoft people were like going, oh damn, like he must be like one of the people that don't like no motherfucker. I just don't like spending money on a fucking game that is worth a shit, you know. And
it's lacking.
And then he keeps on he picks up a game
like the Kraken,
like, you can get it for $10, and I'm like, no, I don't like. It ain't even worth the $10, man. Like, no.
Yeah, no, I agree with Rainbow.
Unfortunately, they're lacking like the Kraken.
Yo, it's just like what. Like, no, and I agree 100% with Rainbow on that too as well. Like, even with me paying for that month, even though there was other games that I was still playing leading up to the launch of whatever I got, so I still got my $10 worth it. But a lot of people that went into that, outside from the trials, but that did drop $10 for that month just to play that game specifically. I feel sorry for those motherfuckers, dude.
Yeah, because they got robbed. Like,
they got robbed.
And they got robbed.
Well,
man.
put it this way, guys. We're gonna be talking about that a little bit later on. So let's hold off on the Sea of Thieves thing. That's one of the topics that I want to mention. And you'll understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, somebody, one of these console fanboys, these Xbox guys, were talking about how PC gamers are irrelevant. Like they just don't buy games, and I'm like, but okay, so he used Kingdom Come Deliverance, a single player game, mind you. All of a sudden, like, you know how the media had a huge problem with Kingdom Come Deliverance because it didn't have any black people in it.
Come on.
No, it really was. That was the exact reason that they were pissed off. Like, the guy wanted to create a real life simulate, like a real life game around the 1800 Scandinavian country or whatever, and people were complaining that he didn't add black people in there just for the fun of it.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, it was these gaming journalists were fucking going crazy. Well, now like his game, like it's a single player game. It came out in February, and all of a sudden in April or in May, it's lost 95% of its player base. Well, I don't know when do we start like judging a single player game's player base? Okay. And that's what this guy was using, and I was like, "Well, I'm glad you feel this way because
was that just on PC or was that across the board?"
Yeah, that was just on PC. That was just on PC, and I'm like, I'm glad you feel this way because that means if you think this is PC gamers are irrelevant because of the fact that this one game lost 95% of its user base in 4 months, then you really ought to think that Xbox gamers are irrelevant because Sea of Thieves lost half its player base in 14 days.
All right, well, I told you we're going to get to Sea of Thieves in a minute. I know.
But then he started going, no, well, it's number 3 on the Xbox One list. And I'm like, well, yes, if you compare it just to the Xbox One, there's nothing really much more to buy.
Okay. I wanted to address something somebody said in the chat, which was OBJ the Don. He said, and this is for Xbox people, if you don't demand better, you deserve the shit you get.
Oh,
and he's absolutely right.
Yeah.
If you don't damage control and not ask for better and ask for more, you deserve what you get. And he's right. So shout out to OBJ for being real. Okay. What we're going to do is we got a couple other topics. Let's move on to another topic, which I'm sure that it'll boost some shit going on here. But I'm going with God of War 4 sold 3.1 million in 3 days. Okay. And we know people asked her, hit up Craig Harris, Hit up Craig Harris. He's got the cream for you. All right. Hit him up. You got shares. He's got it for you. Don't worry about it. Yeah. And he got the magic beans for you. Yep. This game, to me, is a really good game. As I said on my last podcast, I feel that God of War may be the type of game to eventually reach 10 million sales. I really do. Okay. And this is definitely going to win some awards. It should. And if it doesn't, then people are fucking retarded. That's all I'm going to say. Thoughts on God of War selling that much in 3 days, guys? Go ahead, take it away. What are your thoughts of it selling 3.1 in 3 days?
Great for them. Rats to Sony, Santa Monica. They took a big risk. This was a proven quantity for Sony, and I think they did like a 5 or 10% demo on what they wanted to do, and Sony greenlit it. So congrats to them, and looking forward to the next one. That's all I can say.
Good. With this game, we know we're going to get another one.
Oh yeah, definitely. He apparently already has plans for 5 more games in the series, and
I don't think we're going to get DLC for this, though.
I don't think we're going to.
I said we weren't.
Get DLC.
Even
though DLC would be good.
The game is set up for DLC because of those extra realms that you can't go into.
Yeah.
But I think that those are actually just parts of the second game. Like the next game is going to include those other realms.
Yeah.
And I agree with you on that, Rainbow, because Cory Borlaug yet again came out today and confirmed that there will be no DLC for this game.
Yeah. Which some games just don't need DLC, and I think this one's one of them because I think the side content and everything else after the in-game content is long enough.
Yeah.
Obviously we'd all like to have more because it's a wonderful fucking world that you're in, and the lore and everything's great. But I really the only thing he needs to do is actually announce God of War 2 at E3 with the fall 2018 release date, and I'll be good.
Yeah.
I think that would be nice if we could get God of War 2 coming out in the fall this year, because that game I want to go dive back into the God of War the way he has it, the story setting up now. But I don't know. I already knew it was going to be a pretty big seller. I fully expect by the 1 year mark, it'll probably be close to 10 to 15 million.
I don't know about that high, but I know it's going to be. Probably be about 7-10.
Look at
7 or 10 million.
Uncharted is already at was it 10 million after the first year?
Yeah.
You could push those numbers.
Huh?
And Horizon Zero Dawn was what, about 8, a little over 8 million?
Yeah, it was like at 7.6 million, I think, at 1 year, and Uncharted was like at 9.7 in 1 year.
Yeah.
They might put it on sale around the holidays.
Yeah, the holidays going to have.
The holidays, they might push them numbers real way.
Yeah, it's going to have a God of War bundle. You're going to have a Spider-Man, maybe even a Spider-Man God of War bundle. God of War is going to be pushed heavy.
I don't know if they're going to bundle both of those games.
I wouldn't think they would because of that's a lot of money that they're losing out on.
Yeah.
That
would be a badass bundle.
It would be.
If they bundle that with a PlayStation, with a PS Pro, then that'll push all their numbers up.
Oh yeah,
they're definitely gonna push God of War.
They're going to push God of War during the holidays for sure. But Spider-Man's guaranteed to get a custom PS4 Pro. Like, that thing's going to print money. Spider-Man's just going to print money.
If they didn't announce it now or, close to the summer coming up, I don't think it's going to happen.
Oh, okay, wait a minute. Yeah, you got to understand, they didn't even announce the God of War PS4 Pro until a month out.
Non-gamers are going to buy the Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah.
I think the God of War one was rushed because they didn't really understand the hype until too late, so they had to rush one out. It's kind of ugly.
I think the console's amazing.
It's kind of ugly to me, but it would have did. I would have bought one if I didn't already have a PS4.
It's amazing. Like, I have it in my room now, and I put my Star Wars Pro in the living room. But as soon as they announced me the Spider-Man Pro, I'm buying 2 of those to keep one in the box and to play the other one. Because that Spider-Man one's going to be worth some money.
If they make a Spider-Man one, I'm damn sure jumping on that one.
Well, yeah, that one's going to be worth money for one thing, and second thing is going to, like I said, it's going to print money. Because there's going to be people that aren't even gamers going out and buying the Spider-Man Pro just so that way they can have a Spider-Man memorabilia.
The thing is,
Collect into their Spider-Man collection.
Yeah,
it's Spider-Man. So yeah, I agree with that.
That thing is going to print money, and I think you'll probably get it. You'll probably hear about it in June or July, or maybe even at E3. And that's whenever to me, it's going to be, you're going to be hard pressed trying to get your pre-orders in to make sure that you get one on.
Yeah. They're only going to make a certain amount of them. So,
but like the Star Wars one, whenever they did the Star Wars one back a while back, that thing like printed money too, because of the fact that Star Wars guys went out and bought it without even being a PlayStation person. You know, they weren't even gamers. They were just wanting that
very
the
true,
Star Wars collection.
Spider-Man's gonna have the same impact as well, man.
We're talking about the one a while back with Darth Vader's head on it.
Yeah, the sticker with Darth Vader on it.
Yeah, that one just like you couldn't. I mean, what was funny is it was paired with Disney Infinity.
Yeah.
So nobody gave it. I'm doing more pictures. Nobody gave a shit about that damn game. But I mean, you could not find that in the store anywhere, and because a bunch of non-gamers were buying it just simply for the fact that Darth Vader's head was on the damn console.
And that's what usually happens when it comes to things like Star Wars and shit.
Somebody got the lungs.
That's my granddaughter. She's pissed because she can't come back here.
Oh, she wants to be by grandpa. So
yeah, she wants to come out here. She wants to come out here and play some video games, but
grandma said no.
Yeah, she sits with me, and I'll give her a controller that's not hooked up, and she acts like she's playing. So,
that's cute. That's cute. That's cute. Well, anybody else has anything to add to that topic? If not, we'll move on to the next one because I got a couple more to go.
Andy Montica and Corey Borlaug, man. 3.1 is well deserved.
I'm just hoping that. I'm really hoping that.
Did you see his reaction to the Twitter and review response to it?
Oh yeah.
He was real happy about that.
Yo, I'm not sure if you guys saw the interview that him and the three voice actors of the main character for Kratos.
The questions, the random
questions.
Those were good.
I forget what that festival was. Yo, there was a lot of amazing, interesting stuff that not only did the voice actor of Kratos, Christopher Judge, I think his name is. Was saying like he felt so comfortable working in that environment, dude. Like it took like the pressure off of like when you're an actor and stuff like that.
Yep.
Like you're doing a Hollywood film, you got so much pressure on you. Like this here, it's like you got none of that.
Yeah, he said
that whatsoever.
He used to play in the old Stargate TV show.
Yeah, he said he always turned away games, and when they pitched him God of War this time. They turned it like it was like a movie. They wanted to make him think it was a movie, and he read it. He was loving it, and then all of a sudden, when he went in to do it, he's like, "Wait a minute, this ain't a normal way to audition or whatever." And then he realized it was a game, and he's like, "Well, screw it. The story's just too damn good not to do it."
Yeah, and then after he did it, he said it was like the best experience that he's ever had.
I just wish that people would leave
directed him and stuff. Yeah,
would quit bringing up the fact that he's black and Kratos is white.
Wait, I
got to change that there. Kratos is not white.
Yes, I know.
What happened was, but they keep saying that it's the ashes from his wife that made him that way. He's a black dude. Kratos is black.
I don't understand why everybody believes that Kratos is white just simply because he's ashy. He's just ashy because that's his family that made him white with a red stripe. Yeah,
exactly. And people need to realize that. People need to understand that Kratos is black. He's
just
not white.
Because Kratos doesn't have isn't just full on black or say what's his name in GTA 5 that people seem to think that he's white and you're being played by a black actor. It doesn't. First of all, it doesn't matter if a black actor is playing a white guy or a white actor is playing a black guy. It don't matter as long as the end product is good.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The thing is, though, is that quit. If you don't know anything about God of War, then shut up, because obviously you don't know anything about the reason why he is white.
Yeah, I mean, nobody said a goddamn word about fucking what's her name there, Laura Bailey, the one that did the voice for Nadine in Uncharted.
She's did. I heard there was an outcry about that, talking about how it was whitewashing, and I'm like, but no, it really is not, because it's simply they just picked a character. As long as she did a good job.
And she did.
All that fucking mattered, man. I don't care. And if the other people aren't applying for these jobs, then you can't like all of a sudden just force a black person to be, to be there, or a white person to be there, or whatever. Like you just can't force these things to happen.
Yeah, because you can't force that act of the way the character is designed and the way the character develops on Twitter.
The way I mean, to me, they did a really good job with the new Kratos. I really like the voice actor with him. Like
Christopher Judge.
He's going to be an excellent addition to the team. And I can't wait to see where they go from that.
My thing is I can't stand when people put race into shit.
Yeah, there's no reason.
Listen,
like, oh my god, it's a fucking video game.
Yeah, like
why are y'all so angry?
There's so many things in life to be actually fucking pissed off and
race is not one of them. Race is
not in video games, not in fucking video games, man.
I'm talking. It's 2018. We're halfway through it almost. Okay.
Yeah.
Get over your shit.
When people bring in race and gender to every fucking game and discussion, I'm like, it's video games, guys. These people aren't even fucking real. Like this is not fucking real life.
But even if it was real life, you don't have to bring it in. There's no need for it.
What I'm saying though is like there's still actually in some areas black people actually suffering in different ways and women suffering in different ways in different parts of the world. But I mean that right there seemed to be where you should be outraged, not a fucking video game.
Exactly.
I mean, like it's just there's not a reason. I don't understand it.
See, I don't see that shit. If I'm playing with you, I don't care who the fuck you are, what you are. If you can play a video game, let's play. Let's play.
Yeah, I mean, my character. I don't give a shit if my character is black, white, brown, girl, boy, gay.
Yeah, I don't care.
It doesn't matter as long as that story is good. I don't give a shit.
I don't care if they're
God of War delivers on that front.
Yeah.
And I always say I don't care if they're purple, blue, yellow, red. I don't care. It don't matter. It's like you said, as long as the game is a good game and the character plays out their part, what does it matter?
All that matters to me.
It's also related to God of War though, real quick, man. I have to also fucking Sonny, the actor that did fucking Atreus, did a phenomenal job too.
His first time acting, I think it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was his first time acting too as well, man. And like he
did a hell of a job.
And even Christopher Judge was saying like that kid was such a fucking an amazing experience because like he was mature for his age, he acted his age, he even acted fucking better than most adults do for fuck's sakes. And he nailed that part, fucking playing Atreus, man. Like so, definitely.
I know in the beginning though, I know in the beginning though. He annoyed the hell out of you because you said he was.
Yeah, he did. He did at first. But as time went on,
he matured.
Okay, but wait a minute. Since y'all played it, to me,
it was fucking amazing.
Atreus was okay in the very beginning, but once he realized, I'm not gonna spoil it. But once he gets to a certain point in the game, he becomes fucking unbearably fucking annoying. Like where you just want.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, he goes back to being where he's bearable again. I'm like, dear God, I was like, that one part where he becomes annoying. I'm like. I really do.
Make it feel like you just want to whoop him because he won't fucking listen.
Yeah, because I'm thinking I'm bad, and there's my kid. It's like I'm gonna whoop your fucking ass, dude. Like I want to bend you over my fucking knee and spank your ass.
Like,
I felt the same thing. I felt the same thing, and I know what part you're talking about.
Yeah,
I know exactly what part you're talking about. Without spoilers, I know exactly what part you're talking about. And he did get very annoying, and I was like. And when he did, if you guys know what I'm talking about, the arrow when it came to Kratos, I was like, "What the fuck?"
When I saw that happen, I was like,
"I want to smack the shit out of that little bitch."
Yep, I was like, "Is that?" But you know that Kratos loves that little fucker, little kid, whatever. Because if it would have been anybody else that talked to him the way he did,
he'd have smacked.
Motherfucker would have been dead. And
Kratos would have.
I mean, to where I am, to be fair, the Atreus wants answers, and I feel where he comes from because.
Oh yeah. Oh no! But when you get further in the game, you'll understand exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah, well, I mean, let me just say this, and I agree with Rambo 100% because there was that moment too as well where like fucking like there was a good moment in the game where just like peace and quiet. But the thing of it is that like fucking when he got into that like that mood swing sort of deal, whatever you want to call it, I was like, dude, that's how a lot of kids act. A lot of kids act that way.
Yeah,
like when
they do.
They mood swings, man, they don't answer their parents. They ignore you. They get all bitchy. They think they can do whatever the fuck they want and shit like that, especially if you don't discipline them properly.
But people got to realize, even though this is a game built in a different time, it still relates to today's society.
It does.
Well, I mean, first of all, kids have been this way from the beginning of time. So I mean, it's not like it's anything new. But yeah, I mean, it definitely reminded me of being a parent.
Yep. And I think that was the whole reason why they wrote that part the way that they did.
They did a good job because they made me really think of my fucking kids. I was like, if I was in this fucking game, I said I would fucking ass, man.
And I think that's exactly what Corey Borlaug was aiming for.
Yeah, he definitely hit it. He nailed it. He
fucking nailed it. Yeah, he absolutely fucking nailed it. Because you're not the only person I've heard say that so far.
But you know what's funny? He also makes people think that don't have kids yet.
Hopefully it does.
Me, for example.
Watch out, because this is what's you're going to have a child one day, and this is what's going to happen. They're going to be defiant, and you're going to have to deal with it.
Get prepared.
No, that game alone, after going to that game and seeing how the way Trey fucking acted, I was just like, man, thank God I'm never going to have kids. I can't picture my fat ass self and having little Fados running around my house, man. That would just drive me insane.
Fatal, they may not be like you, so they could be. He said, "Oh no, they will."
I don't know about that. I don't need my 5-year-old say, "Yo, Dad, can I have a smoke?" Fuck you, kid. Get out of my fucking face.
One thing I will say though, even though I am enjoying God of War, I hope that the 5-game plan isn't a true idea because I don't want it to be stretched so thin. Even though you have a world of opportunity to go with this, I don't want you to stretch it thin enough to where I'm like, this is the 5th game coming out.
I think Demigod, what he meant by that though, because I know exactly what you're talking about because I saw it on Twitter yesterday. I think that's just ideas that he has where he wants to take the franchise. Now, I would love to see that happen. Like, I would love to see it being like a more than just 3 games because I mean, like, they got so much they can work with and also different mythologies too as well. They can blend into the mix of things. But I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how things go. And we do know what the theme is going to be for the second one.
We know what the theme is.
We know the theme for that one. But like where it's going to go after that, it's just like they can literally go anywhere they want.
They can go anywhere, but I don't want it to like.
Yeah, I don't want it to end though.
I don't want it to be. I don't want to get fatigued from it.
I'm with you on that.
But you know what? You know what's crazy? We can talk about this forever. We can do this forever. But we can't. We have to watch what we say because we can't spoil it for other people. Because I got a lot to say on that, and we can't say it.
No, I agree with you on that. I definitely do not want to be talking about spoilers it again, even though it's been almost like going on 2 weeks tomorrow. It's like, nah, people are still taking their time going through it. Let them enjoy it, man.
I'm still going through on giving me
let them savor it and flavor that shit and let them fucking enjoy it as long as they can because it's going to be a while.
All right, I got to address somebody in chat real quick because you're talking about a member of my podcast, and you know what? I don't tolerate that shit. Okay. Don't talk about Rambo scamming people for money for his kid. Don't do that.
Because
I will cyber whoop your motherfucking ass. All right.
Whoever doing that in the chat is a loser.
Yep, I agree.
Do not fuck with my panel. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I don't go for that shit. Don't do that. Don't come here and disrespect the panel. If you don't like who's on it, then fucking leave. And if you want to hit the dislike button on the way out, go ahead. I don't give a flying fuck. But you're not gonna disrespect my panel at all. Nobody on my panel.
Appreciate
it. Ain't happening. No,
Amen,
they ain't gonna do it, Rambo. No.
Amen, girl. Shit.
No, they ain't gonna say you're a scam artist and all that other shit. They're not gonna do that. Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
That's the same guy that popped into my DMs talking about how I'm faking my son's shooting in order to somehow get money. No, wait. First of all, it was on the fucking news. Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
So it's not a lie. We know what happened. It was on the news. We know your son was shot.
Yeah.
Okay. We know that it was on the news. And what is he gonna say next? Oh, Rambo, you paid them off to do it. Like you could pay off a fucking network to do that. Come on.
Wow.
No,
I wish I was fucking rich.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. But I just had to do that. I'm sorry to cut everybody off because I'm not gonna let people disrespect anybody on my panel.
Nah, amen to that, bro.
I don't even care. I don't even care if I had an issue with somebody on my panel. This is my podcast. This is my panel. These are my people that I deal with. You are not going to mess with them. Only I can. And I'll do that in private. I ain't going to put it out on the air. So there you go.
And that alone terrifies me.
And stop bringing losers in the chat. Seriously. Don't bring the energy in here. It's lame.
Thank you. Thank you, Demigod. I appreciate that because you're right. You're right. We don't need that negative energy. We're talking about some real shit when it comes to gaming. And they want to bring up bullshit. Come on.
If you ain't being positive, why are you in here? If you aren't on a positive wave or mindset, why are you in here?
But Demigod, that's what I've been saying all along. If you don't like people on the panel and you don't like what I have to say or what they have to say, why are you here? Seriously.
Yeah,
why do you come?
It makes no fucking sense. Like I have other things in my life to do than to troll a fucking podcast.
Exactly.
Like I had more things important in life than like going to somebody else's podcast so I can try to piss off the panel. Like if I don't give a shit about shit, I'm moving on, man. Like I ain't got time for that.
Exactly.
Shit,
I don't have time for that shit. I ain't going to nobody's podcast if I don't like them. Fuck that.
Yeah,
I ain't going to support them. I'm not even going to give them a dislike because you know what? Giving them a dislike is saying, hey, I'm here. Yep. I'm still supporting you.
To give them a dislike, you have to click on the video. So
yeah, I don't even go to people's fucking channels that like if I don't like you, I'm not going to your channel to even dislike your videos or to do anything. Like I stay away from your fucking area.
But I apologize for interrupting you guys talking, but I had to say it because that just annoyed me. I don't like people coming in here and disrespecting people. I mean, people don't realize Rambo's been with me since pretty much day one on the podcast. From day one. Okay? And you're not going to disrespect my panel members. You're not going to do it.
I just let the mods know that guy that's coming in there, you're going to notice like you're a bunch of different, like this right here, Down syndrome, that's him.
Okay.
So like
mods, do what you got to do, mods.
Yeah.
They know what to do.
Yeah.
So you know what to do because we got 2 more subjects.
Yeah,
I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna move on to the next one, but I had to do that. And Rambo, you're welcome. You didn't have to thank me. You're welcome, though.
Oh no, I do appreciate it.
No, but you know how I am. I don't let people talk shit. So there it goes. Okay, I'm gonna move on to State of Decay 2. Okay.
Oh.
Now.
Oh boy.
Okay. I personally watched the live stream showing this game off, and this game will be releasing later this month. Like a lot of games are at the end of the month. They're all in the same like 2 or 3 day span, which is bullshit. But anyway, I also believe that it will be on be a Game Pass title. I really do. If so,
it's already confirmed the Game Pass title.
Yeah, it's already.
I'll definitely be trying it out. But I have to be honest. As a person who played the first State of Decay, and as a person who remembers the mechanics of the first State of Decay, I didn't see much new features in the new game. And what bothered me a little bit was the people who live streamed this game acted like some of the old features were new features. Are you for real? Seriously. For example, I'll give you an example. State of Decay always had a fast and slow search mechanic. But according to them in the stream, they treated this like it was a new feature. No, it's not. That was bullshit. I played the first one. Now, the one thing I do want to talk about, because I'm not quite understanding how it works, is that co-op feature. Okay? I did want to talk about that a little bit, but because I don't understand it. So before we get into that, this game has been worked on for a few years now. Quite a few years now. Okay? And I'm going to keep 100. The graphics did not impress me whatsoever. Okay? It reminds me of the old one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? It really does. Now, those were my thoughts about State of Decay 2. What I saw so far. Okay? Can anyone fill me in on the game more if you know more about it and that co-op shit and all that other shit? What do you guys know? What do you guys have to say about this?
All right. So the co-op is basically works like this, right? The person who is the host, which in this case, let's say me, you, Titanfall, Rambo, and Craig. Let's say you were the host, right? You sent us the invites. You started the host session. Okay. Everything that you do in your game, right, as far as progression goes, from whatever you build, wherever you put your actual base at, and so on and so forth, is only going to be locked to your save file. Meanwhile, for myself, Rambo, and Craig, influence, the items that we loot and everything like that, and our stats and our
that'll carry over.
Yeah, that carries over to our single player save file. So let's say, for example, if I'm playing single player, right, you happen to pop on and you say, yo, Fatal, let's play. I'm like, all right, cool. whatever items that I have that I put in my storage locker in my single player save will show up when I go online to your server and you're hosting it. I'm only gonna be able to see the items that I have stored in my fucking locker itself, not your stuff, my own stuff. Now, whatever items that I loot from places that we go and re-raid, or whatever stats that I get, or however I treat my characters in the actual during that session, only carry over to my save file. That's it. Now, I was under the impression that nothing carried over outside from influence, because according to when I was watching the video from GameSpot, they sounded like nothing carries over. Undead Labs confirmed today on Twitter that your stats, your influence, and items that you collect to as well will carry over back to your regular save file, which to me is better than nothing at all.
Yeah, no, it is, but I have a question for you, Fatal, then. If you're playing co-op, okay, you're supposed to do shit collectively as a co-op team, but yet it doesn't apply collectively. Why? That makes no sense.
They basically, from what I understand from what stated, yeah, they basically, like, they said, like, because they wanted everyone else's experience to not be the same, if that makes sense. I know that sounds really, really condescending.
No, it does, but it doesn't. It does.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it does and it doesn't. Yeah, because they want everyone's experience to be different. They don't want anyone's experience to be the same. So they didn't want to have it so like whatever you did in your save file is the exact thing that happens in my single player save file. If that makes any sense.
Right? No, it does, but that's not what I'm saying. But when you play co-op and you collect stuff like you said, if I was hosting it, everything should be co-op then. What you did, that's what I mean. What you did singly, like as a single player, should stay with you. I agree with that part. But when it comes to co-op, it should go co-op, not just stay just in your shit and my stuff stays in my shit. That's not co-op to me.
Nah, because if you load on somebody else's file and you have their items and their possessions, you take it, they'll be like, "What the hell? Where did my stuff go?" Yeah, I kind of see why they did that.
Yeah, they didn't, because they didn't want people to go in and troll people and take all their shit from their storage locker and then leave the game and then go back into their save file. Then there you go.
I got you.
You know what I mean? So, and plus with the game that's very, very deep on survival, that kind of makes sense. I can understand.
Yeah, they kind of learned from 7 Days to Die where you could take stuff from anybody else.
Why don't they make it like when you do single player, you keep your shit, and even if you're on co-op, nobody can touch your shit. That's single player. That's basically but when you're on co-op, you do so that way it'll entice people to play together more often. It's joint, just the co-op stuff.
They're GameSpot they're playing it safe, is what they're calling it. They're calling the co-op like it's like a play it safe kind of way in a way.
Yeah.
So, like I said, it prevents people from going in, joining a random session, stealing all of your supplies and all your loot and whatever the case would be, and then bouncing the fuck out and then going back to their own single player save.
Got you.
You know what I mean?
And the one thing that bothers me about the co-op is the tethering.
Yeah, it
makes no sense in this type of game.
Yeah, no, it doesn't make sense. But I think they confirmed on Twitter that the actual distance is like you have to go extremely fucking far, like extremely fucking far. I can't remember how many meters it is, but I remember somebody saying on Twitter earlier because they retweeted something that Undead Labs said, and they said like tethering is not going to be that big of an issue for a lot of people, only because like the amount of like the distance you have to go. Nonetheless, so it still is bullshit that it's there, but like you have to go like say for example like Rainbow. Let's say like if we started on one side of the map. And like, let's say me and Titan want to go on the opposite side of the map and leave each of you guys there. Like, you have to go like pretty much basically almost about the halfway mark of the map or a little bit past the halfway mark of the map. Then it's going to teleport us back. So you can go quite a bit of a distance before you get back.
Yeah, I mean that's good to know. But like, to me, in that type of game, especially, like you should be able to leave one of your players back at the base to protect it, while the rest of them go out scavenge.
Yep. And some bullshit.
So,
I hate it, man.
Me and my friend, we're gonna be playing this soon, and we have this plan and this strategy that we always do. Like we played 7 Days to Die together, and like we split
that game
up.
Is so underrated, bro. That game is so underrated.
Very. And we split up, and like we divide and conquer like the loot. And, like we go to this house, I go to this house, and we'll meet back around in this area. That's kind of what I'm.
That's the best way to play
about. Yeah. Yep. That's what I was worried about when I first heard the tethering. I'm like, we have this divide and conquer strategy. If I'm always sticking to you, you're sticking to me. It isn't going to work for like the kind of gameplay style that we play.
Well, so, and it's not going to work for the type of game it is. Like, so I'm hoping that the distance that they have is quite a few. Like what you're saying. I hope it ends up being that, because otherwise it makes no sense.
Like, I want them to get rid of that.
Yeah, they need to get rid of it altogether. I think.
Yeah,
if it's going to be in there, it needs to be a really big fucking distance.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I agree with that because I want to be able to like exactly like a strategy, right? Like, say for example, like me and Titanfall can go fuck over on this place over here, while fucking Craig and Rambo are like on the other side of the map raiding this place over here. You know what I'm saying? Because that's one of the things that I loved about 7 Days to Die because there's no restrictions on that.
Yeah, that's how you actually get all your supplies and get back together and have fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Really, yes, like the permadeath does mean you start the game all over. Like that's the whole. That was like the whole thing with State of Decay. Is
that's the first one. Yeah, whatever character they
idea
control, if you die, then that character is dead in your save file.
And I know a long time ago, State of Decay, like if you didn't play it, like you would still your character could still die while you weren't playing.
Yep. And it's the same way in Year One Survival.
Right.
And I hope that idea takes over.
What do you guys think? What do you guys think about the graphics though? Did they change?
It looks like they use the same 360 game and just basically added co-op to it.
Yeah, although I will say, like looking over the shoulder and stuff, dude, like the shooting mechanics look slightly better than the first game, I think, in my opinion. But
but the graphics the graphics don't look like. I mean, then again, I mean, I wasn't really expecting the full blown graphics from this.
Yeah, it's an indie studio, so
yeah. But like from what they showed off at E3 to what they're actually delivering is two different things.
Yeah.
It was a good vertical slice they showed.
Yeah, it was definitely that. I mean, I don't have any I guess ill will towards the graphics because I was fully expecting it to be basically State of Decay 2. Like, you know, it wasn't really a graphic masterpiece the first time around. So I was never really looking forward to the second one actually being
a Game Pass title. That's what I'm using my trial for that.
I actually expected them to do a little bit better with the second one.
They
had a lot of time. They had a lot of time. It's not like they had no time.
I'm not sure how much money Microsoft actually pumped into the game. But I mean that could be part of the reason why like the reveal was like really good graphics and then the actual outcome ended up not. So I mean I don't know the story behind it. I just know that from the reveal to what we got is like you can tell the downgrade, but the downgrade is basically back to the normal game as what it looks like.
Yeah.
In my phone.
I got a question. So if the host ends up leaving or something happens, what happens?
If the host leaves, it ends the session.
It ends the game. Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, it ends the game, but I'm sure it's going to give you a pre-warning or something like that. And whatever you have, like within your inventory, fucking like we'll just save over and carry over to your single player save.
Hopefully.
I hope we
know
got
that.
I hope we got it. Well, like I said, we'll find out. We'll find out in a couple of weeks when the game drops.
Yeah.
No, Frozen. That was a good question because
will the online work day one? Can someone answer that?
I'm pretty sure it will. I mean, it's only 4-player online co-op, so I'm pretty sure the
more than likely it should be ready day one.
Hopefully. Because I know like 7 Days to Die when that game launched, there was definitely a lot of fucking online multiplayer problems with that game, dude. But
that game had more problems than
Demigod, I had no idea that you had that game, bro. Yo, we're gonna have to fucking play that shit, man. Because all those new updates, man. I haven't fucked with those with the summer updates yet.
I haven't even touched this game in a while, but I'm
they added a sliver of fucking like tons of shit, man, during the summer updates, dude.
Yeah, I haven't touched anything with 7 Days to Die since like it first launched, and it wasn't that
so much better now.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back into it, see what it's like.
Yeah, no, Rambo. Seriously, if you play it on PS4, man, hit me up. I'll definitely fucking play that shit with you, dude. It's fucking
amazing.
You
a damn friend request. You just haven't accepted it yet.
Oh, my bad. That's my bad.
I don't think I have you added on PS4.
You know what? Let me do that now in case I fucking forget, because I always fucking forget, man. I get so many people that spam me with fucking.
Me too. I have to scroll through and try to figure out who the hell is who.
That's why I effectively ignored it. that's why I haven't accepted yours yet. But
I fully get it, man.
Thanks for reminding me, dude. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I definitely add everybody in here if I don't have you added.
I'll post my gamer tag in the or PSN tag on the fucking in the chat for you there in the actual public chat. But yeah, no. To answer Garuda's question though, that's actually another thing I want to know too as well. Will we be able to trade weapons in the game or no?
I don't know. I haven't heard that yet.
Yeah, I haven't heard that yet, and that's a very good question, Garuda, because I kind of hope that we can.
Can you buy emotes like the Dougie and like the Nene?
Why you gotta hurt my soul, Frozen?
Why do you have to do that? I mean, like, we're gonna be able to dab and.
Well, you remember people went crazy when they added the Carlton dance in Destiny, and people went and bought that.
Dab on the zombies.
That just shows you how stupid Destiny is, though.
You got to dab on the haters, man.
I'm telling you, man. God.
Yeah. But hey, look at the plus side, though. Look at the plus side, though, Rambo. At least it's not like no goddamn fucking experience like Ark, right?
Oh, God.
Ark.
That game is fucking terrible, dude.
Okay, you guys ready to move on to the next one?
Yes. Sorry.
All right. No, that's all right. No, I want you guys to talk. You guys, I leave it open sometimes so you guys can say what you got to say. That's what a podcast is about. It's not about the host just consuming it all the time. No, we got panel members, and you guys are allowed to say whatever the hell you want to say. That's what we do. At least on this podcast, you can. I don't know about other ones, but you can do it here. All right. So here we go. And Fatal.
Yes, what I do.
Don't say. Oh, here we go. I said I wasn't going to talk about this subject no more, but I have to.
Oh God, are we talking about
because the Game Pass?
We're talking about Sea of Thieves.
There we go.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Okay.
Blacking of Kraken.
There you go. All right, but
The Kraken then went missing, man.
listen to this shit.
My bad for being muted for so long. I'm still working.
That's
you
all right.
always know.
No, that's cool. That's cool. No, Sea of Thieves lost half of its players thanks to Game Pass.
That's
and I saw Liberal Gamer and some other Xbox fanboys on Twitter damage controlling. So here's the platform where Sea of Thieves. Yeah, but here's the problem with Sea of Thieves.
I see why they said. I see why they're damage controlling it, because those numbers, they were told that Game Pass wasn't included. So
yeah,
if Game Pass wasn't included, so how did they lose half their player base if Game Pass wasn't included? So it couldn't be because of Game Pass. It has to be because players stopped playing it.
No, it's both, but because the Kraken was lacking, as you said. So, but anyway,
oh my God.
So here's the problems with Sea of Thieves. Just to be fair, this is a game that once again should have been released with more content. We all talked about that.
Yeah, we all agree.
Okay. And I know Bear will contest to this because he's played it probably the longest than anybody here on the
longer than
podcast.
all of us, I can tell you that.
Yes, exactly.
Dude, why you gotta make that a highlight for me, girl? Shit.
Because you have. And
he put in the work, man.
But you used to tell us you're the pirate of the sea. You love the seas.
Yo, I was a goddamn woman. I
don't know how the hell you got a dick.
That's what I said.
Beast pirate in that game, yo.
Okay, whatever.
You still haven't made Pirate Legend, though, have you?
I've seen what happens when you hit Pirate Legend. It's not worth it.
That's what made me stop.
You just grind your ass off to basically do more fucking grinding. Like the same fucking missions. You just get to talk to a different person.
That's exactly what happened to me, Rainbow. As soon as I heard that, I was just like, nope, fuck that shit.
Yeah, I was wondering I wonder if that made you give up on the whole Pirate Legend thing.
That did. Because I was like, dude, the amount of grinding I gotta do to get there, it's not even worth it.
Because you were hoping as hell that like something would open up, but nothing that opened up.
I had so much fucking faith in that, dude. I was so determined on that.
But Fatal, you would change your picture from the pirate.
I did.
You just fuck that. You said fuck that. I'm out of here.
Have y'all not seen the cosmetics in that game? Like Rare has actually perfected the copy paste method, and
but that's what
people have gotten away. They're getting away with it. I don't understand it.
All right,
that's a difficult skill.
I'll let you guys go. Let me just finish what I have to say because you brought up Rare, and that's what I was gonna do. Okay. Rare worked on this game for years. Okay, and I mean years. Okay. Motherfucking years, okay? 100, okay? And I'm the first person to say it shocked me how little content was actually in Sea of Thieves coming from fucking Rare. It shocked me that this game was actually made by Rare Studios, okay? Who is a company known for so many classics. It shocked me that we had people comparing this game, and they are, to God of War. Are you serious, motherfuckers? Seriously?
There's more content in the fucking title screen of God of War than there is in that damn game.
Exactly.
You said on the title screen. God damn.
Yeah, the title screen's interactive, so that tells you something.
I actually feel like Rare missed the mark a lot on the features that could have been included in Sea of Thieves. And in the end, it just felt like you were sailing to an empty open sea without much happening at all. Except for the ominous Black Kraken. But anyway, you get more action from your party chat in Sea of Thieves than the game itself.
You have to play with friends.
Yeah. With that being said, I remember last week we had some people bragging about Sea of Thieves sales and how Game Pass would be good for it. But look at what just happened. Okay. They lost more than half their people. So what are your guys' thoughts on what happened with the Game Pass and them losing all those people?
I don't think that would have happened had the game actually been good. Like I think the player base would be there if there actually was content in the game worthy of playing.
Oh, I agree 100%.
And I think the reason why people just simply canceled after their 14-day trials because they realized that game was shit. I think that's actually going to be a bad precedent for a game going forward because they're going to wonder is State of Decay 2 going to be lacking bullshit based on the fact that
I don't think State of Decay is going to be lacking.
No, I don't think so either. I'm just saying that I think it's going to affect some people's mind share in trying to support another game from Microsoft right now.
Well, people are saying that already. People are saying that already, Rambo. They're saying that about Crackdown also. They're saying that game ain't going to
Crackdown, I'm not even sure.
But they've been saying that about Crackdown since. They've been saying that about Crackdown since not Tokyo Game Show, but Comic-Con.
Well, yeah, but there's good reason to say that about Crackdown because it had a damn release date, and now we haven't heard shit or seen shit about this game. Like that game disappeared.
Well, it went gold, so it's coming out.
Well, yeah, but so we think, but we don't know. Like it's almost like Phil Spencer and them when they talk, they barely ever. I don't think I've ever seen them bring up Crackdown since they canceled it or moved it. And it makes you wonder, like, if they're trying to make you forget that we even announced Crackdown. They're like,
no.
Like, what's Crackdown? What is Crackdown?
I guarantee you, Rambo, man, Crackdown 3 is still coming. The only
reason it's coming. It's just gonna be. It's not gonna be the game.
It's coming because it went go. It just went go.
Oh yeah, I know. I know it's coming. I know it's coming. I just know it's not going to be the game that everybody thought it was originally going to be.
It's gonna have to release regardless. They can't cancel another game.
They can't. They. I don't think Xbox can survive another cancellation like that.
No. See, here's the thing. Crackdown, it needed a drastic overhaul because when everybody saw that gameplay that we saw at E3 coming out of that with demos and whatever it be, exactly. Everybody complained.
No, that was Comic-Con. That was Comic-Con.
Whatever it was. Either way, point is, man, is that they had to drastically fucking change that shit, so they delayed it. And what they did was, I guarantee you, they're going to show this off fucking there next month. Is that when E3 comes around, you look at that game.
That's guaranteed. If they don't show it, they might as well hang it up.
They might spend like 20 minutes of their E3 showing it. You better hope they do that.
I'm pretty sure
they're gonna have to do something to get people excited about this game.
All they need to do is show the multiplayer because that's what everybody is worried about when it comes to Crackdown.
Well, yeah,
the multiplayer will get us.
Does it do what they said it was going to do? Yeah. Does it do what it say they're going to do?
I honestly
as long as that motherfucking multiplayer does what it says it's going, it'll sell. It'll still be relevant.
I just think right now we're all just kind of. Right now I think we're all just kind of like sitting back, we're not really sure what to think about, Crackdown as far as the state is in because we've not heard or seen anything.
Yeah,
and even leading up to its release date, we barely heard or saw anything from it.
My thing is, I'm tired of hearing about wait to E3.
Well, we're just gonna have.
We don't have no choice with Microsoft because Phil already said. Phil already said he's not saying anything until E3. So Microsoft, we're just gonna have to wait.
You gotta understand that's the only thing they can do. Like, what are you gonna say? Wait for Inside Xbox? You can't say that either.
They only talk about the games that's coming out that month.
Compatible games.
They don't have any conferences to show any. That's the only thing that they could show something.
Yeah, that's the only. Yeah,
you know what? They show it, but then that doesn't deliver, and that's what I'm tired of when it comes to people saying wait for.
I just honestly don't think that Microsoft is going in the same direction as all the other console manufacturers. I think we're holding them to the standard of Sony and Nintendo, and they're going in a completely different direction.
No, actually, what I was holding up to the standards was the 360.
Well, yeah,
when they gave a shit.
But that's what I mean. Back in the 360, though, they were a traditional console.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the Xbox One with Phil Spencer, they're taking the Xbox platform in a completely different direction.
Well, remember, Ram did say at DICE, man, that they were rebooting the Xbox brand. So that always makes very, very good logical sense. And I keep telling people that.
Yeah,
Microsoft wants to be on their own. They don't want to compete with Sony no more, man. They're out.
He actually was Phil Spencer was in a call not too long ago, or some sort of interview not so long ago, and he said his end result is he would love to see his games. The Microsoft games launch on the PS4 and Xbox, Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, they just want to do their own thing. They have, and this is the thing, people fail to understand, man. It's like no matter what Microsoft does good, even if Microsoft had a stellar lineup of games, it doesn't even matter. They're still not going to touch Sony.
No,
not right now. But Sony still
needs
needs competition, though. You need to have a console out there to give competition.
Well, the thing is, though, is that like if you look at it, Nintendo went and carved their own section of the gaming market. Like they can do something. They don't really compete with Nintendo or Sony and Microsoft.
No, they don't.
Microsoft is looking now to create their own area, and you're gonna have 3 different areas of gaming, and they're gonna all concentrate on different things. And I mean, I don't think that Microsoft doing something different is going to stop us getting from like the great God of War 2 and stuff like that, because Sony's going to continue doing what they do, and they're going to continue being the leader in sales. I think you're just going to.
Yeah, they doubled down on that. Not to interrupt you at PSX, but
they even created a studio.
Well, the fact is that when you try to tell. And that's what all people were trying to do for the last years. Microsoft is no longer trying to compete in the same space.
And if you try to tell somebody that, then they point out like that you're wrong, and CSU is going to outsell God of War, and I'm like, no, like God.
Yeah. And not understanding that it's always online. The State of Decay 2 is always online. What does Microsoft want you to do?
No,
come on.
You can play. You can play. No, you can play the single player by yourself.
You can play completely offline on Stadia.
Yes, I'm not saying you can't, but the game is set up for the co-op. It's set up for that.
Well, yeah, but I don't think.
Well, they're going to have online for the co-op.
I don't even think they're.
Well, they already know, man. They already know that it's out. They're just gonna have to show some stuff, and then you just have to wait till next generation.
Yeah,
they already know. That's what they're gonna do.
I still have hope for them this E3. They still have a chance to surprise us with something.
No, they're gonna show some. They're just gonna show like 2 new games, and then they should just show us what's coming up next for the next system, and then that's what it is. Like, you just have to wait. Like, there's no point in even like, no. Just wait for the next system to come out. And,
but Frozen's got a point.
Yeah, there's no point in dumping money and dumping like something to try to push out this generation. This generation's over. Like, they need to start working on the Xbox 2 or whatever.
Yeah, they already start, like, get preparing for next generation.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they're doing. That's exactly what they're doing.
But I still think that if y'all are looking for next generation for Xbox to be anything like they were in the 360 days, you're looking completely in the wrong direction, because they are still going in that damn like I want to be on every platform type of like mentality. They're not looking at bringing out like these multi-billion-dollar exclusives and stuff like that. They're looking at how can I make our customers happy and still like put out some content, but also still sit back and make a lot of money like Steam does. And that's really what they're looking for. They're looking to make their box like the definitive place to play third-party games to create.
But Steam is not on every platform.
Well, no, I'm not saying Steam is. I'm just saying like how Steam sits back and collects money off of other people's games.
I can see them putting it like Game Pass on televisions.
Yeah, I fully expect to see like the next Xbox be just kind of like this, to where like they are now, but where they're like you'll see more Halo, Gears, and Forza. But for the most part, you're gonna get to where we have the best way to play third-party games.
Hopefully, they get like next generation games actually run correctly. Like no problems, not like. There should be no excuses next generation from developers about games.
Stop, because what's going to? It doesn't even matter. I mean, like the only thing they do, like you put new hardware in, the only thing they're going to do is push it to the max and be able to say, like, and it's going to have problems because they focused on the wrong damn areas.
Yeah.
Once again, excuses. Just get it fucking right.
Well, yeah, that's just what they do, because it's hard to sell 60 frames per second. But it's easy to sell graphics, because you can look visually, just look at something when they're showing it, and like at E3, if they're showing something, you can look at it and go, "Damn, that's some good graphics." But you can't look at something shown at E3 and go, "Well, man, that's 65 frames per second." Like that. You can't see that.
Well, a lot of people do that.
Oh, I know. But I mean, for the
A
most
lot of
part,
people do that at E3. Oh, that's only 30 frames. Oh,
Yeah.
they only got 19 frames on that one.
they act like they
That's
know
gonna
this.
be trash.
They act like they know this.
Oh, yeah, also, there's going to be a lot of cross-gen games and stuff.
But what I'm saying is, like,
that's gonna
you're
be
gonna
another problem.
think.
Yeah.
Still frozen.
So what's going to happen when they have these new higher powered machines is these developers are going to go after graphics more so than they are performance.
Yep.
Like
Well,
it's
see,
just the way it is. Because graphics.
I want a
I think
game
they're
that's
gonna
gonna
have that
have
option in there.
both.
Yeah,
It'd
I
be
think
nice,
they're gonna keep the option in there to have.
Oh yeah,
If
I
you
mean,
want
you're,
the game
you're
like
probably
they
going
have
to have
now.
the P60.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have the option for that, but for the most part, they're gonna go after trying to push the high graphical modes to make you want to buy the game.
Oh yeah. So that's the way if they're gonna push it with the graphics. That's how they want their game to look. So you can buy it.
Yeah,
That's how they want to play the game though.
Yeah,
It would be nice if they just put
teasing
PC
you.
settings on there, Rambo. If
They should, but the thing is, though, is I've dealt with people that don't even know how to change a fucking hard drive in a PS4, so I'd really hate to see what they would do with fucking PC settings.
I don't think they don't even have to do that anymore, right? You can just plug in a new.
No, yeah, you can now. Yeah,
external, right?
Back in the beginning of the generation, this guy I know, he was an Xbox guy. He swapped out his hard drive, and he basically broke his PS4, but yet he blamed Sony for it and not himself because he was a dumb fuck with it. Like he's the one who somehow completely broke his PS4 simply by switching out a hard drive that's right there at the back, and all you got to do is basically have 4 screws. Like I don't know how the fuck you screwed it up.
You should have looked at a video.
Well, I still don't know how you screwed it up. Like you don't really need a video. Like it's that fucking easy. But the thing is though is that you talk about somebody like that and then putting PC settings in front of them. Dear God.
That's why
that's too many fucking options for somebody
trying
like
to take that stuff off.
That's way too many options, man. I would love to have PC settings in a game.
Well, they can make it to like where you go into the options and it says like and they have like the regular what is it, performance mode and resolution mode, and then under that it'll say advanced, and then it'll just change it on. You can change everything. Like they can do something like that.
It'd be nice. I mean, I would love to. I would actually love that, but yeah, Ryan, that's basically what I mean. The mass market really doesn't care about the frames per second, or they don't care. Like I guess I don't know if it's that they don't care. They just maybe don't know. It's a casual market, the mass market, and until they start caring about the frames per second, then yeah, it'll never be a selling point for consoles. Because it's too hard to sell that. It's too hard to sell the idea of 60 frames per second because you can't tell that whenever you're just looking at a video on a TV screen. You can when you're playing it, you can feel it, but you can't see it when you're watching some sort of preview.
Well, I got a question. That was my last subject. Does anybody have anything that I didn't bring up to bring up?
Not really much going on.
Not really until a few weeks from now. E3 coming up. They got the dates already set.
Yeah, we should start getting some leaks here soon.
Like Ubisoft, it's like on Tuesday. I don't know why Ubisoft has to be on Tuesday. It's like
I just hope to God that Microsoft E3 leak isn't true because dear God, that's going to be so damn depressing.
I think it was debunked as fake. I think it was debunked.
I hope so because that's going to be so fucking depressing, man.
Yeah, I'll drown myself with Screen Rod 2 is a real thing.
Yeah, if Screen Rod 2, if Screen Rod 2 gets announced, like I at this point, I'll be like, I'm gonna turn my.
They can announce it in like a scissor reel, but they don't need to stand up on stage.
I'm just gonna ask. I'm just gonna ask if they turn my Xbox into a Switch because at this point, it's basically just it's what the Switch is. It's like that's the home console version of the Switch now.
Come on, Rambo, we can't do that.
I don't know.
Well, no,
I don't think you're gonna be playing too much Switch.
You know what I'm referring to, like as far as like their kiddie games or whatever. Like Microsoft is pushing like this family-friendly atmosphere now, and I'm not really liking it. It's a good, they're good games to have. Don't get me wrong. I like Super Lucky Tales. That was all that fun. But whenever that's what you're always getting, it ends up becoming.
They gotta balance the scales.
Yeah, they gotta balance it out a little bit.
Yeah, when people start trying to put that on the level of Mario,
like Thanos said, everything has to be perfectly balanced.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
If they just balance it out for me, then I'll be good.
Every console needs a good balance. It is what it is.
Balance the scales.
Yes, and you gotta have. You can have your kid shit for you got children, they play it, but you also got to have adult, mature content for other people as well. You know, you can't do no blood and gore. You can't do all the other shit. You know, you got to have a good balance of everything. And all consoles, you get to control what goes on in your home. So it's up to you.
Yeah.
Oh, Ryan,
Do what you gotta
they definitely be focusing on that E3 for EA. EA needs to get out of the gutter. They're like all over the
EA
place.
needs to show more gameplay of that fucking Anthem.
Yeah, and then I want to see how many microtransactions are going to be in Anthem.
Yeah.
EA needs a Phoenix down immediately.
They need to, and I hope they give us what we've been longing for.
I want to see if people are call out EA like they called
that.
out Star Wars with the Star Wars thing. If
I just think
has
it's
a bunch
funny.
of that.
I just think it's funny, like when Ryan says, like their E3 presentation is going to be pay-per-view DLC.
Oh my god!
Yeah, you'll be able to see the first game announcement, and after that, you have to pay $4.95 for each game announcement after. And it'll be an RNG system, so you might actually get the same game announcement because it's just going to be random.
EA is just like boring. Like
I haven't really found it. I've really not got into like this besides like a Way Out.
Yeah,
that's really
they're
not an
mostly
EA
known.
game.
They're mostly known for sports games,
and then they get like these mediocre YouTubers that have like no personality to stand up there and like talk.
Yeah. EA is to me just not. They're not a fun.
Get
company
me. I'll sell EA game real quick for the check.
Hopefully, EA will get that Titanfall 3. We'll get some showing of that Titanfall 3.
Nice.
And that Anthem. That's all I'm worried about from EA. Anything else will be a surprise. I don't care about it.
Anthem is definitely going to be the
make
or break thing for BioWare.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So BioWare wants to remain a company. They better get Anthem right.
Well, BioWare has been talking to the people that's been hitting them up on Twitter. So we'll see if they've been listening. Because a lot of the people that's been hitting them up on Twitter have been giving them some great points.
You have to remember, though, I mean, like BioWare might want to listen to these people, and they might try to, but EA ultimately will tell them what to do.
Yeah, EA has a lot.
Hopefully they'll do what they say.
And EA doesn't care about killing off a company because they're just looking to keep the assets behind because they still got
they still got the Star Wars rights. Or they already sold those off.
Oh no, they got the Star Wars rights.
Disney, I think Disney's still looking.
Disney still has the Star Wars rights with EA for right now, but I think Disney is looking for another home for it.
I thought somebody was going around saying that Ubisoft was going to be making that next Star Wars game.
No, that was
that's been
Disney hasn't landed with anybody else yet.
Possibly Activision. People wanted to go to Activision.
Anthem's third writer quit. So the people that are already mad at them about Mass Effect Andromeda, they're just still mad at them. So they're not buying the game. So I hope it works out for them. I'll never buy an EA game again. I'll buy, I'm gonna buy Madden because I always buy Madden. But I'm done with them as far as anything else.
Respawn is still good with me.
Well,
and I'm
the
hoping
thing is
BioWare
I like Respawn, but I just don't like what EA does to these companies. Like they fuck up games like crazy.
Did they buy?
I wish they hadn't assigned. I wish they hadn't assigned. Yeah, they ain't have no choice, or they would have went under. I wish they didn't sign that deal because I know Microsoft wanted them.
I know. I really wish Microsoft could have bought fucking Respawn. That would have been nice.
Yeah, that's they got
because of that deal they had with EA at first, though.
They had the original Call of Duty guys over there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Infinity Ward.
Okay, well, if nobody has anything else to add,
I got one more thing.
Okay.
Lords of the Shadow 1 and 2 was not the Castlevania.
Shut your fucking mouth.
We wanted, but it was the Castlevania we needed.
No, it was fucking not, bro. Get the fuck out of here with that horse crap.
The only real Castlevania is Symphony of the Night.
It was Lords of the Shadow 1 and 2. Lords of the Shadow 1 and 2 are number 3 and 4 on the Castlevania scale. Symphony of the Night is still 1, and that first one that came to the Game Boy Advance, the first DS, or whichever the one where you had to draw the pattern, that's number 2.
Lords of Horse Crack
Oh, you
Words
know,
of Force Crack don't belong to be part of the fucking franchise. Fucking period. Get that fucking trash the fuck out of my fucking franchise.
But you like the TV show.
It's an anime show, but at least it plays
It's
merits to the
based
third
off
game.
of that. It is based off of that.
No, it's not. It's based off
Yes,
of
it is.
Castlevania 3 from the NES.
Nope.
Yep. Lords of Past Crack.
Lords of Shadow was not good.
Fucking
at
cheese.
all.
I liked it. I enjoyed it. I don't
Fuck
know why
Lords
it
of
got so
Dog
much
shit,
hate,
man.
man.
Fuck that
They
game.
did a really good job, man. They did a
Um,
really good job.
Nancy,
You
real
play
quick.
that bullshit ass
Yes.
fucking.
Wait, hold on a second. What was that?
We didn't do Game Struck 4. Everybody else was doing that, and we didn't do it.
What was
What you
that?
got?
The Game Struck 4 thing, you didn't do that? Where the 4 games that defined you as a gamer from the upcoming?
Oh, yeah.
Oh God.
You can go first.
I'm not gonna go for it because that wasn't on my list. So,
I'll tell Fatal to go
wait.
first, man. I'll tell him to go first.
I can't go
I'm
first,
saying,
man.
no. What I'm saying is that I don't have to define myself to nobody as a gamer. Look at my scores, look at my trophies, and I define myself as a gamer, and I don't care what nobody else thinks.
No,
No, that's not what I meant.
Gamer score and trophies don't matter.
Yeah, the game.
No.
The Game Struck
No.
4 was the Game Struck 4 was what they was basically 4 games in the past that kind of like solidified you as a gamer.
Like
Like
really,
basically the seal the deal saying that that you wanted to become a gamer. So 4 of your favorite basic games like from the old days.
Oh, I misunderstood.
Oh.
I apologize.
Well, I didn't
you
word it
guys,
right.
you guys, you guys go first. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Fatal.
Why are you putting me go? What the fuck? Hell no, dude.
That's it, man. I guess 4 for me would be like Pitfall, Pac-Man, Dig Dug, and Marble Madness.
Motherfucking Dig Dug, man. That's a classic ass motherfucker right there,
I
dude.
remember, me and you came back from like a long fucking time ago.
Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah, dude. Dig Dug was the shit back
Yeah.
then, dude.
Dig Dug. You know how many quarters I spent on Dig Dug at the arcade? God damn,
Yeah,
boy.
that game was fucking frustrating at the arcade.
That motherfucker ate your goddamn quarters like nobody's bitch.
Yeah. Well, for me, Mario Brothers 1,
God damn it.
Contra Hardcore,
God damn it.
Final Fantasy 7,
Oh God.
Oh, don't get into that one. I know you were going to say something.
and what's the name of that game? Star Ocean. The second story or whatever it was called.
Star Wars: The Second Story.
David's disappointed.
Yeah, the second story.
I'll
It
go
was
next.
the first one that was on PlayStation.
I'll go next before somebody takes mine. Chrono Trigger. Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past.
Oh my God, yes. Hard.
Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Oh God, yes.
Oh,
And Pokemon Red.
Okay.
You lost me there.
Nah, Pokemon. You don't understand, man.
Oh boy.
Pokemon
I
is
know
totally
Pokemon was the shit. Pokemon was the shit back then. I don't know what made me drop off of that.
Those
I'll
4
go.
games right there, man.
right, I got 3 that I can think off the top of my head.
Need
All right,
one
get-
more,
get the
though.
4th one.
Dante's Inferno.
You gonna get what you gonna get.
She's doing Game Struck 3, damn it.
Damn.
Creating a new thing.
Yeah, you're gonna get what you're gonna get. I'm the host. You're gonna get what you're gonna get. No. Street Fighter 2.
Man.
Good with that.
Donkey Kong Country.
There you go.
Way back.
Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a fourth
Metal
one.
Gear Solid.
I mean, it's hard.
Super Lucky Tales.
Oh, come on.
Fuck out of here with that shit.
Oh dear God, man! Super Lucky Tales.
I
Does
got
that
my
define
friend.
you as a gamer, man?
Well, what if you you
Super
start
Lucky
gaming?
Tales, Sea of Thieves.
What if
I mean,
That's a modern
Oh,
game
shit.
choice right there, Rambo.
I'm like, yeah, I'm out, man. I'm out.
You just lost all respect with that one, right?
Yeah, no shit, man. Like, yeah,
you could say that if you just started gaming?
yeah,
Somebody
you really
well,
could
yeah.
though.
Yeah, no, but if you're starting,
even if you start gaming and you use those as your fucking defining games, like you still need fucking help.
I would be bitch smacking the motherfucking
Yeah,
shit
right.
out your face, son.
When that means you started gaming recently, but there's still so many fucking great games that you could have played besides those 2 fucking games.
I gotta actually say, if you're gonna name those games and that defines you even as a new person, then you don't know shit about fucking gaming, period, and you don't know what a good game is.
I mean, I understand that it's fun with friends or whatever, but like that's about it.
Yeah, Lords of Shadow Boy.
I mean,
Lords of Shadow 1 and 2 are great.
I got my 4.
Fuck out of
let's
here.
see.
Go on, Demi. Name the hits, man.
Watch, you're gonna go back and play it tonight, and then
Fine.
talk shit about it just so you can say, "Oh, I told him it was
I'm not
gay.
playing that
I
fucking
told him
filth.
this was
just
bad."
stream it.
Wait a
I
minute,
bet
wait.
you do.
Hey guys, you just cut off Frozen. He was asking Debbie got a question. Be nice.
Oh shit, my bad.
Wait a minute, Bear, you got to apologize too because you doing the same thing.
I'll just answer the question, but my bad.
Go ahead, Frozen.
No, I was just telling Demi to go ahead.
Let's see. Final Fantasy X, Metal Gear Solid 3,
Nice.
Max Payne 2,
Oh,
Super Meat Boy.
oh dear God!
Oh, okay.
Oh, Super Meat Boy.
That's what-
Huh?
The Dark Souls, the platformers.
Yo, Demigod, mad respect for Max Payne, bro, man. Not many people would ever choose Max
I
Payne.
thought that
Max
was
Payne-
something Saint.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you chose Max Payne
Saint
2,
Salt.
I
What
would
was
figure if
the
you
name
chose
of
Max
that
Payne,
one?
you
That was
chose
the side
3.
scroller.
That's actually a good fucking game though.
Yeah, it is.
God,
Yeah.
I'm still fucking thinking of my 4, dude, because I played
Super
so
Meat
much
Boy,
shit,
man.
bro.
Fuck, man.
Fuck me.
2 just was that.
You haven't
Man,
played
just go
any-
ahead and
for
say
me.
Quake,
Yeah, you still had to name them. Name the ones you were gonna name.
Star Wars.
Okay. So I know Star Wars. Man, get that fucking Star Wars.
World of Warcraft, Quake,
No.
League of Legends.
Black
No.
Ew,
Lords of
Ew,
Shadow 1
fucking
and
League
2.
of Legends, bro. No, you'll never see me on that fucking garbage ass
No
shit.
Man's Sky.
That game would definitely be on
Life of the Black Tiger.
Ew.
Yeah.
That Barbie game you was playing.
That's Frozen's game of the year, man.
No, I'm trying to forget about those shits.
Fall of Alice.
No, Unreal Tournament definitely.
Oh my
Unreal
God,
Tournament
that's the
Wii Sports.
Which one?
2004.
Okay.
UT 2004 was a guideline for me of what I come to expect from competitive shooters, even though that is now not the case.
Yeah.
Competitive shooters now are a fucking joke. So Unreal Tournament 2004 would definitely be my first one. Symphony of the Night, that one is a huge impact on my fucking love for gaming, man. That game speaks to me on a different level. I can't even
Yeah, that
explain
was
it.
godly.
That game is, man. You be quiet over there.
That's
played
like
Lord of
real-
fucking-
That's real
Wait,
Konami.
wait,
there.
What we tell him be quiet for? You played Barbie, so go ahead.
Hey.
Barbie's Dreamhouse.
Hey, first of all, that was as a joke for fucking me putting that out there. I don't want to hear shit. I played for fucking like 10 minutes. That was it, and I deleted it.
Dude, you played that fucking Disney game.
He
for
got
a
all
while,
the
man.
trophies
Did you
for
play
it.
that Carrie Martin? You play that game where you're singing too, right?
Hey, yeah, but hold on a second. In defense of fucking Disney, hey, at least I'll play it because it is a goddamn Xbox exclusive.
I own it. Once you showed me how scary the game was, I'm not sure if I want to play it.
I'm telling you, I'm telling you, man.
Fucking
There's
creepy,
a
man.
dark fucking message in that game, bro.
Yeah, it's fucking creepy.
Yeah, you heard that theory, right?
Yeah.
That shit's
Well,
kind
y'all
of
talking
scary,
about
right?
Disney's
Yeah, dude.
Fantasia?
Yeah. No,
No,
man,
that
no, it's
Disney.
dead.
What's it called? Disney.
Disneyland Adventures.
Yeah, Disneyland Adventures. Like that fucking game is like creepy, man.
Yeah, it's creepy. as fuck.
What theory is going on with that?
No, I came up with the theory in conjunction that when you choose, like when you make your character, like your kid, boy or female, whatever you want to call it, like you spawn, but your character's technically dead because you spawn with no family and nobody else interacts with you except for the fucking Disney characters. And the Disney characters like Ariel and all that other shit like that, like even though like Ariel's not technically supposed to speak to anybody because remember she fucking lost her voice when she got her legs, that kind of shit. like everybody talks to you outside from the actual people around you. Nobody notices that you're running around with a wand, shooting like magic missiles to like flip up fucking sewer lids and shit like that.
Oh my God.
So I got this theory thinking to myself, I'm like, shit, maybe my character's fucking dead. That's why I'm able to talk to these
Then they'll
characters.
try to tie it into Kingdom Hearts and make it worse and like.
Oh Jesus! Don't even fucking get me started on that filth. But anyways, the thing of it is
Whoa.
You don't talk bad about Kingdom Hearts.
Whoa.
Hey!
Whoa.
Lie down, little fuck.
Kingdom Hearts 3, man, game of the year.
You don't say that.
Whoa. I was with you, Fatal, till you said that. Whoa.
Oh,
Yeah. We gotta.
plus credibility.
Frozen knows I always love killing people with Kingdom Hearts, man.
I'm gonna say, whoa.
You can kill a whole damn fan base, man, because like those people are like loyal to that damn Kingdom Hearts franchise.
I actually,
Look how long we've been waiting for 3.
Well, no shit.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Well, that's kind of Frozen, not Frozen, but that's fucking Rainbow's fault because he brought me into talking about that theory bullshit. Anyways,
Yeah.
so
What's good, everybody?
the hell? Oh, hey, Lincoln. So number,
what's
Okay,
up?
like, who is this?
What's going on? I'm a friend of Titanfall.
Oh yeah. No. I just like
What up,
watched
what up?
different voice was here. I'm like, what?
It's,
it kind of scared me for a second. I'm like, yo, did my balls just drop? But anyways, so my first 2 picks again, just to recap real quick, is Unreal Tournament 2004 and fucking Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Number 3, definitely Resident Evil. Definitely Resident
Which
Evil
one?
because
One?
the first one
One?
that pulled me into everything universe and lore related to that fucking franchise, man.
I can respect it.
If I would have said 2, that'd be doing that fucking franchise a disservice, to be honest.
What? 2 was amazing. What?
No.
One was good though.
But the first one is the reason why I got into the franchise, so I have to give credit to where credit's due.
Oh, okay. I
That's
see what
true.
you mean. Now. I was
That's
gonna say,
true.
Yeah, because I started out on 2 and then went back and played 1.
No, I started the first
I
game
actually,
was the first
I actually figured out my 4th one was the Dark Souls games.
Ah.
Yeah. And Lincoln, you're late.
Yeah, I know.
Late, but you know what?
2 places at once. I'm sorry.
That's all right. You still made it. We're talking.
Yeah.
What we're talking about now is naming the 4 top games that got you to become a gamer.
God, I can't eat any more of those Timbits, man. I'm gonna barf. Excuse me, sorry.
Oh boy.
So what are your 4, Lincoln?
But I haven't given my 4th one. Well, actually, you know what, Lincoln, go ahead and do your 4. I'll have to think of the 4th one anyways.
You just keep talking. You cut everybody off there. So
Bear in mind, I will be 51 years old tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I
Well, yeah.
Oh, man, congratulations.
I'm 41,
happy,
so, yeah.
happy birthday early.
Thank
Taurus
you.
gang in the building.
Our games are way back in the day. Like
Right. So I
People
pretty
have to
much
look up on
watched
Google what the
evolution
hell
of video
happened.
games. So I guess to put it bluntly, the first video game console I got was called a Telestar, where it had tennis and
dear
hockey,
God.
where it was just a dot with
Ah,
hashes,
yeah.
stuff like that.
Oh,
yeah.
that's the thing you had to take to the TV?
And it had the little knob, the little knobs you turned up and down to move the hash
Yeah.
mark up
All
and down.
right, and Lincoln, it was called what?
It was called Telestar.
Telestar. What the
Yeah.
hell is that?
Yeah, just Google it and you'll see one of them old ass consoles from like because I think it started in I think it launched in like 1976.
Yep.
Oh, shit.
Yep.
Before my time. I don't know what that is.
So that was the first console that my parents gave me, and I had just been a gamer ever since. Now I admit that in my early 20s I had got away, like after the Sega Genesis, I got away from gaming for a while because I was out in them streets tearing up shit, chasing women, fighting and all kinds of other shit. And I didn't get back into gaming until I bought a Sega Saturn. And I've been back ever since, never left.
So what are your 4 top games that got you into gaming though? That made you want to be a gamer?
Yeah, that locked you in.
I probably had to say once the Atari 2600 came along because with me being like a 12-year-old kid or something like that, that console probably mesmerized me like nothing else, because it was a far jump from the tennis and the hockey and stuff like that. So I can't really think of any specific games that made me want to become a gamer, since I've been a gamer from day one, ever since I got the Telestar. But I probably say, the Atari 26 took my love of gaming to another level.
I can feel you on that one.
Yeah, man, the 2600 was actually a really. It was a very like the main I started with like Pong, and like the actual Pong console. And so, like when you're going from that, like basically playing the same fucking game over and over again, you just keep putting shit on the screen to make it look different. And you get to 2600, and all of a sudden you have all these games. Like you just are falling in love with everything at that point.
Right. And
these kids these days don't understand all that.
But I think every console that I bought just raised the bar that much more. You know, ColecoVision raised the bar, the Atari 5200 raised the bar, the Sega Genesis raised the bar. The bar just kept going higher and higher and higher. So it was a situation where my love of gaming just kept going up and up and up.
Yep. Yeah. I feel you on that. I'm not with you.
But if you force me to pick a game right now that like really stuck out to me, because I think that game was ahead of its time, was probably Shenmue on the Dreamcast.
Ooh, good fucking pick. Good fucking pick.
That's a nice pick right there.
Shenmue. I haven't played that series, so I gotta play it.
That game was ahead of its time. It was a game that had great combat in it. It had the quick time events. It had choices that you had to make. So it was all that stuff rolled up in one.
I heard about like
you had to have a job and everything.
The Yakuza series is like just Shenmue on crack, really.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. So I'm gonna, when the remasters come out to the PS4, I'm gonna buy them so that way I can enjoy them before 3 comes out.
And I kind of have this theory that eventually Shenmue and Yakuza will cross over one day. I just got this feeling deep within me.
Maybe.
It's up to Sega.
Yeah, I don't know with Sega involved with it. I'm not really sure, but it might happen.
So as far as these cult games go, if you want to call it that, you know, naturally the AAA titles like Spider-Man and God of War and stuff like that, naturally those games were going to be day one purchases for me. Oh, yeah. Shenmue 3 is definitely a game that's not in the mainstream, but it's still a day one purchase for me.
Okay.
Shenmue's got me like interested because I started playing Yakuza here recently, and people said if I like that, then of course Shenmue would be one of the games that I would enjoy. So once I heard the remasters are coming out, I planned on buying them because I want to actually try to see what that's about before 3 comes out.
Mm-hmm. And I'm curious about the Yakuza game. I played a little bit of Yakuza 6, but didn't finish it. And I'm definitely interested in this Song of Life, if that's what it's called. I'm definitely interested in that one. The problem was they released it, a couple of days before God of War came out.
Yeah.
And I bought the deluxe edition for God of War. And, and to throw my personal life in there, with my birthday being tomorrow, I have to spend $225 to renew my plates. I have to renew my license. Mother's Day is coming up. And then my son's birthday is May 14th.
Dang.
Hold it. So that May is always an expensive month for me every year. So I had to really pace myself on what games I'm going to buy. Not to mention that there's also some PlayStation VR games coming up that I'm really looking forward to, like Alvo and Firewall, Special Forces VR, Blood and Truth. It's a lot of games on my radar this year, and I just can't go nuts spending money like that.
I feel you on that.
I know what you're talking about in May because I got a lot of shit going on in May. My mom's birthday, Mother's Day. I got a niece, my sister, everybody. So I know what you're talking about. Can I look at the chats for a second? I want to see if there is go ahead.
A persona non grata. Anybody ever heard of that person?
Persona non grata?
Yeah, they were in my chat last night.
I have not ever heard of him.
Okay, whoever he is, I want to congratulate him because I think he was subscriber number 100 for me. So
nice.
So I definitely want to thank him. Let me check my subscribers because I was sitting on 98 and I just got 2 subscribers. Oh shit, I'm on 101. Shit, I'm off.
Congratulations.
You're moving up. You're moving up, Lincoln. You're moving up.
Thank you so much, everybody.
So hey, Titan.
Yes.
The image that I'm sharing on my screen right now, if you can click on that, this is my 4th game.
Oh my god.
What the hell is that?
What in the fuck are you?
Okay,
what are you talking about?
Little computer people. If you click on my screen, this is the game. This is my number 4 pick.
You play some
number 4 pick. All right.
So back in the day when I had my Commodore, this game before Sims was ever a thought. before Sims was ever a thought, before any of those sim-like kind of games, this was the first game that I ever played that was similar to Sims. Before Sims was ever the thing, before it was ever the thing.
Activision's little computer people.
Okay, now you just blew my mind because I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
I know that game.
So there you go.
Never played.
It's basically the core concept of the game is like you control this little computer person. He moves into a house, and it's your job to feed him, to bathe him, make sure he does all of his daily routines, cleans up after himself. You have to type all your answers. So if the phone rings, you have to type in answer the phone. And he'll stop what he's doing. He'll go downstairs and he'll answer the phone. You got to tell him he has to make sure that he's in bed at a certain time. You have to make sure that you get up in time in the morning to change, go to work, and feed your pets, and whatever the case may be. It was such an addictive game for the time.
Wow. Okay,
back in the day.
I have to ask, what is the pull for these type of games? Because first of all, you already have to live your life.
Yep.
Why do you want to be on a game and actually live your life?
It's because you want to replicate it. Really, it's just the fun of doing it.
It's that weird. I've just never seen the pull to them. Like I just can't get into the Sims games.
The reason why Sims is so popular, at least I firmly believe, from my own perspective, because I don't know why other people play it, but I play those games because I wish that was a life that I was currently living myself.
So you basically use it for like a dream life, like a
dream life, like a life that I wish that I was technically living.
It's kind of like playing City Skylines and Stardew Valley. You kind of wish you were living out this city or you was doing these things.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but
I've never been able to understand myself because I've tried them, but I just can't. It just ends up becoming like micromanaging my own fucking life, and then I never have tried to like play it like living high on the hog and being like more than what I am in real life. I just ended up playing it like I do in my normal life. And it just gets boring to me because I'm like, shit, I just did this today, like, fuck, why do I want to do this again?
But another thing that really impacted me with this game, and this may sound extremely corny to you though, Rambo, but when I grew up when I was a kid, I didn't really have a whole lot of friends, because I got bullied on a lot. So a game like that, it kind of made me feel like I had a virtual friend to fuck around with, if that makes sense. Remember, I was a kid. I was a kid. You know what I mean? So like my imagination back then was like, even though I still have a fucked up imagination.
That actually makes a lot of sense. Yeah. I can understand that.
It made me feel better about myself in a weird, fucked up way. And I know that sounds really bizarre to people in here and people in the chat, but
that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, but as a kid, for somebody who got bullied on all through, like grade school, whatever you want to call it, like at least that was something that kept me out of trouble. You know what I mean? It kept me from doing dumb shit.
Yeah, putting it like that.
That's what I got to say about gaming in general, though. Gaming saved me from doing dumb shit growing up. You know what I mean? Like,
but what's funny?
Well, my high school years, I was Lincoln, out like running ass and everything else, and being a fucking dumbass. So I still had a system, but it was basically just in my house, and it was something I bought, and I was like, okay, cool, I have it, I can game, but then I was more interested in everything else at the time. I wish I would have been like you and actually stayed home and actually played the game because there was a lot of things.
No, I still went to school. I still went to school, but
I'm just saying, I'm just saying, I wish I wouldn't have done like half the dumb shit I did.
Oh, okay,
Stayed home and been a gamer like I am now. Like,
that's the thing they don't get nowadays. They talk about gaming makes people do dumb shit. Actually, no, it doesn't. Thank you. It actually keeps kids off the street from being in gangs and doing dumb shit and getting themselves in trouble. And it actually saved kids' lives by being home.
I can attest to it.
It does. It did it before, and it's doing it now. I wish, if you got people, I'm going to go out on a limb here because you guys probably don't want to hear this, but I'm going to say it. Trump's out there saying it's because of video games that kids are doing what they're doing. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
They're not shooting up shit.
Because their parents' kids are doing what they're doing.
Trump can suck my ass while I'm shitting. Fuck him.
There you go. Thank you. Thank you. Nice said.
I will say this, Titanfall. There was one time. It wasn't really anything bad, but and the fact that my mom actually allowed it cracked me up. When Link to the Past came out, and I finally got my hands on that gold cartridge, mind you, Rambo. That shit was impossible to find, but I ended up finding it at my local Canadian Tire. So when I bought that fucker and I played it for the first time, man, that was the first time when I sat there and I begged my mom, not for me. I came home from lunch, right? And I fucking sat there. I'm like, Mom, I'm not going back to school. I said, I'm not feeling like shit. But I said, I don't give a fuck if you stay. Although I didn't say it like that because my mom would cuff me across the face if I swore to her. But I was basically telling her, I'm like, look, I'm staying home. I said, I'm addicted to this game right now and I want to fucking beat it. And I said, right now, I don't feel like going back to freaking class right now because we got gym and I hate fucking gym. Not for gym in general, just because the activity that we were planning on doing that day. And I was like, let me just stay home. I want to stay home. I want to relax and I want to beat this game. Mom was like, all right.
That couldn't have been my mom.
No,
My
no. Let me tell you this right now. Like sometimes you have those parents that like are very strict and like will never like.
My mom would have said, "Get your ass."
My mom, she hated the fact of me like that was only one time I ever did it though. In high school, that was entirely different.
My mom, I would have related my mom to greatest.
No, my mom though, man. I loved my mom so much to death, man. Like she fucking like if it wasn't for her, I would have never had access to a PC like for DOS. I would have never had access to an Atari.
Everything. As a kid, being a PC gamer too.
Yeah, exactly. And it's funny that you say that because I had accessibility to everything. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I was able to experience Commodore, Genesis, Super Nintendo, NES, PC, DOS, everything. So when I got to experience all of that, that's what encumbered me into the gamer I am today.
Yeah, that's what made you fucking a weird gamer. Like you,
technically, the thing is, you're right. It just I wouldn't. I don't really like using that word, but I think Ryan says it best. I think I'm like a fucking sucker for games. Like I don't care if it's good or bad.
But you know what? But Fatal, there's nothing wrong with that. The fact is that you're a gamer at the end of the day.
But one thing I will say though that I think a lot of people tend to ignore.
What's that?
For promoting games that nobody's ever heard of.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But I'm talking. What I'm saying is that the reason why I think a lot of people misunderstand why or question me as to why a lot of these games that I play. The thing of it is, like, you can't sit there and tell me that a game is trash when you had no idea that the game even existed in the first place. Because that makes no sense.
Right? Oh no, yeah, I would never say a game was trash.
No. I'm gonna say something. I'm
the only one that goes around saying that. Like, come on now.
I like that Tiger is trash. I don't have to play it to figure that one out. I mean, that one.
I agree.
Come on, Rambo. There might be some straight up.
No, I don't think there's a single way I can like that game.
Garbage.
But the one thing is that there are games that Fatal has talked about that I never heard of that are actually good games.
All the games Fatal talks about, I know of. I know
I don't, and he told me about some, and they were good. Okay, but what I'm saying is, the one good thing about the people on this panel that I like is that we all don't have to like the same games. Mm-hmm. We could sit here and joke and say, "Oh, it's one person say it's trash, the other person loves it," but we don't care and we don't hate on each other for it.
Everybody has their own. I find his Twitter interesting because that's how I figure out some games exist on the PlayStation or the Xbox without me knowing, because he plays some off the wall shit. But the thing is that he sparks my interest in some of these games because I've never seen them before.
Yep.
Just wait till you see the game I just bought.
I'm just kind of scared, man.
No, it's not. I'm not talking about Conan fucking Exiles. That was yesterday. Like no more than 10 minutes ago. I just bought a game off PSN right now.
What's it called?
Fucking what the hell did I just buy? Shit, hold on.
He forgot what he was.
No. I looked at some of the screenshots. It caught my attention. It's called fucking Deliland. Deiland.
I know what you're talking about.
Is it one of those like cooking things?
No, it kind of reminds me of like a different version of Animal Crossing.
Oh wow!
I know what you're talking about.
I'm going to stream it there. I'm going to stream it after the show.
Yeah, it's a game that you guys need to experience called Tooth and Tail. That game is amazing.
Experience Animal Crossing to be a gamer.
Wait, hold was that there, Demigod?
Tooth and Tail. So it's a
yes. That's another game that's on my list. That's another game that's on my list, sir. Yep. I know exactly.
I can't get those arcade games though. That's
Yo, let me ask you a question there, Demigod. Did you ever play Torment Tides of Numenera by chance?
No, but it's on my list also.
Yeah, you definitely need to play that. You definitely need to play that because that is definitely a huge nod to fucking like Baldur's Gate and shit like that. Like very, very story driven. But the story in that game and the side quest, dude, will fucking make you feel fucking for that game, dude. That game is fucking phenomenal. Okay, but here's the thing, though, right? At the end of the day, people, man, this is the biggest thing that people ignore, especially about my traits in my gaming, so to speak, right? Fun factor. Fun factor is something that I think a lot of people take for granted.
Yep.
And that's one of the highlights for me, man. Like, I don't care if a game is amazing like God of War or, well, not counting fucking Life of Black Tiger, we can all agree that game is shit. Yeah, I got 100. I got 100% in that game, but that game is too easy to 100%.
Well, I'm just telling you that
So,
the fact that you got 100% in that right there, like you have my respect because you like stayed in the game long enough to get the 100%.
Dude, you know what still blows my mind to this day though, Rambo, is the fact that when I actually went online that same day after I got 100% to see if anyone was actually playing it and it actually connected me to someone, I nearly shit my pants.
Yeah,
I couldn't get over that.
I figured that you were probably the only one that actually 100% of that game, but apparently
There's
a lot of people actually played that game.
A lot of people bought that game and they fucking
scary.
played it and 100%ed it.
Yeah.
If you go and look on PSN profile, look at the game and you'll see the leaderboards, man. You'll see there's like over like 100 and some odd people that fucking bought that game and beat it and fucking got 100% in that game.
Yeah, I think that the what's it called?
I am Ryan, yeah. I'm actually waiting for the new update to come out. It comes out there on the 8th of May.
On what?
Surviving Mars. That game is fucking mint. And I can't wait for that new update to come out, man, because when the passengers fucking gets implemented, dude, that shit's gonna open up that game to a whole new fucking level. I can't wait.
I've been playing a lot of City Skylines. I need to take a break.
I just recently downloaded that game again off my thing because I bought it like several months ago, but I barely even fuck with it.
I had to delete it off my PC. It was too fucking
City Skylines and God of War. Those are the only two games I've really been playing.
Yeah, City Skylines is actually very, very underrated in my opinion, dude. I mean, that's the thing. That's why I get attracted to a lot of these stuff and a lot of these games. People ask me, Rambo, you've seen a lot of the stuff that I play.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, they always question me. It's like, why would you play that? Like yesterday when I was streaming Conan fucking Exiles, it's like, Fado, why are you playing that? I'm like, because I like fucking the mythology behind fucking Conan. You know what I mean? This game, plus, I like survival kind of games that have like a lot of building properties behind it, and Conan's definitely nails that, which is why I played Ark after they fucked everybody over, mind you, because I didn't buy it like you did. I still feel sorry for you, dude, man, because you got gypped on that shit.
We're not. It's a developer. We're not
going to
talk
about that.
That's a little bit more to me.
And we play Ark. Don't talk about Ark.
Yeah, what makes it worse though, man, is that they came out with that pixel art game, which is like a fucking Minecraft clone, and that game runs like shit, bro.
Ark is
it's a good replica then.
Ark is that Jurassic Park looking game, isn't it?
Yeah, the concept is amazing. But what they did to early access players when that game first came out and took all that money from people and used it to make DLC, just to make more extra cash, that was a fuck you to everyone that bought that game to launch.
The thing is, every time they came out with something new, it broke the game.
Well, I'm asking because I'm curious about picking up that Ark Park for the PSVR. So I don't know if those two games are connected.
No, don't do it.
I wouldn't give that developer any money, man.
Yep, I wouldn't either, man. They fucked everybody over, dude. At least with Conan, though, everything has been fucking free up right out of the gate.
There's no DLC for that. It looks cool for PSVR, but just that developer just is really. I think to me they're worse than the EA scandal part.
Yeah,
but the Ark developer.
That's disappointing because I really wanted to see some dinosaurs in their full scale.
Stuff in there. That part is good. That part is legit. I mean, as far as the base game goes, like I said, the concept on paper is fucking awesome, but it's so badly executed, man. Like this game had potential to be like my all-time favorite survival game.
On PC,
it's so broken on consoles.
High-powered PC, it's still strong.
Yeah, it still runs like shit on a high-powered PC. Yeah, like the lag is unbearable at times.
I have a 90 Ti and an i7 6700K with 32 gigabytes of RAM, and that game.
I was just talking about looking at the dinosaurs.
Oh that's
on PC, it's fucking lit.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but
it's
still fucking terrible.
All right, guys, just let you know, it's almost 10 o'clock.
Oh shit!
We've been going for a while.
It's almost 9:45.
Good, my stomach is brewing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is mine.
I'm ready to get up.
Titan.
So guys, pretty soon anyway.
You know what I do, Fatal. So we're gonna cut it short for tonight. It was an excellent podcast. I thank y'all. We're gonna do our outros now. I thank everybody for coming in the chat. Appreciate it. But we're gonna do our outros. And who are we gonna start off with? I don't know. How about Craig? Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Had a good time. Glad I was able to get on here. And Man, great panel, good topics, and just keep playing the games while you can, people.
There you go.
Oh, I will. Oh, I will.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm gonna do some more Yakuza 6 over the weekend, streaming that.
Yes.
And,
Oh, I forgot you bought that. Nice.
yeah, I did get that. And also shout out to Fatal's mom for letting him play one of the greatest games, Legend of Zelda.
Yes.
That's cool, man. That's cool.
Yes. Link to the Past is my fucking jam, dude. Best Zelda game ever fucking created, period.
A Link to the Past was the best one.
Me personally, yes. Link to the Past was the best Zelda game I've ever fucking played in my life.
Man, the original is the best.
Well, okay. Well, this one here is just more of a modern upgrade to the original, I guess.
Yeah,
Now, don't get me wrong. I still respect the original, but this Link to the Past just fucking.
That was the first one I played, so you know.
Yeah, the original was the first one I played. It was hard for me to like progress past that to what it is today. Because like
Breath of the Wild is up there, though, for me. Breath of the Wild is up there with.
I'm still saving my judgment for that. But anyways, back to the intros or outro. I'm sorry.
Rambo, go ahead.
We all know where to find me at Rambo's Corner on Twitter. And again, like what Craig said earlier, just keep playing the games and enjoy actually what you're doing instead of trying to like tear each other down for over stupid shit.
Exactly. Demigod, go ahead.
What's up, everybody? Demigod Reviews here. Thank you for letting me on this podcast.
Always.
What am I planning? What am I planning for this week? I'm almost done with God of War, so I want to get this out as quickly as possible. Then I'm starting that Yakuza 6 review for you guys. I want to take my time with that game.
I'm looking forward to that.
Shout out to my brothers, Persona and Mr. Official VG. Check us out on the Mod Podcast every Saturday morning.
Yep.
And I issued to myself a 100-game challenge this year to beat 100 games on Twitter. I think I'm going to get it done.
Nice.
I'm sitting at 20, so I think I can knock it out this year.
You can do it. I have faith in you, Demigod. You can do it. Next up, we got Cortavius.
What up, guys? Killer Tay 229. Thanks for having me on the show. And as always, Lords of Shadow 1 and 2 was not the Castlevania you wanted, but it's the Castlevania we needed.
Oh, God.
No, it's not.
Make sure y'all like and subscribe to all these guys. They're pretty good. They're great with all their information about gaming and everything. Later.
Fatal. Fatal,
all right, guys.
Do that.
What? What did I do?
You know you did that.
Oh, what?
Never
When
mind.
I said never mind.
Hey,
So, anyways, guys, I'm your boy, Fatal McMotherfucking Titty Bag McFisto. This was another excellent episode of the Irish Podcast. Hell yeah. And fuck goddamn Lords of Vomit. I'm out.
And Kingdom Hearts.
Last but not least, we got
Agreed.
one of my new founded friends, Mr. Lincoln Clay. Go ahead.
Yo, what's good is your boy Lincoln Clay. I want to thank Titanfall Princess for having me on the podcast. I'm really sorry I'm late, everybody, because I was trying to pull double duty doing a podcast with Jay Wags. But I'm going to look to join you, Princess, on your Tuesday podcast, since you weren't able to do it this past Tuesday. So if you're going to have the podcast Tuesday, I would like to join if there's an invitation for me.
Of course, there always is.
Okay, you know me, I'm polite. You know how us old cats is. We still got some etiquette, some manners and stuff like that. You know how it is. I mean, you know how it is. I'm cool. So yeah, thanks for having me. Everybody on the panel. You know, shout out to everybody in this podcast. Thanks for having me, and it was a good panel. We'll catch y'all later.
All right, and of course, you know who this is. This is the Titanfall Princess. Okay, and yes, we're going to have Lincoln Clay this Tuesday coming up. He's going to be there. And if you haven't checked out anybody's channel that's on this panel, you need to. Lincoln Clay is new to YouTube, but he got some good shit. He did a review. He did an interview with me. We had fun. It was great. We talked a lot of good shit. So go check them out, okay? Check out everybody on this panel, people, please.
Yep.
They got good content. They really do. They talk some real shit. You guys need to actually just check them out. Stop with those fake-ass YouTubers. Go with the real people, okay? And do me a favor, before you... Exactly. Frozen said it right. The real shit.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
No doubt about that. I'm the type of person. What you get right here, what you getting right here is what you're going to get off camera. So I'm the same person.
See, that's the way I am. So I agree with
person on and off.
Mhm.
Yeah, that'll change.
Exactly. So I thank you all for coming. I appreciate it very much. Excellent podcast. Once again, excellent members. I will see you guys soon. We'll see you on Tuesday on Here We Go With That Shit Again. And hit that like button on the way out. And you know why you're going to do it? And you know why you're going to check out everybody else? Because you all love me. I'm out of here. Later, guys.
She got a bodyguard now, too. So if you don't hit the like button, you might have to see me.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.